Sister station TVA on the French-Canadian network, and also from the United States, WNET and the PBS network, who are joining us for this afternoon's telecast. As play is underway, up the left side for Team Canada, that's Patterson. He gets it along the boards, trying to work it ahead for Uolter, and Czechoslovakia sends it back to the Team Canada line. On the far boards now, trying to clear it rink wide, that's Brad Marsh. It comes to Rэмedж at center ice. Patterson just wheels it down into the Czechoslovakian end, and back to get it is Sabozil. Sabozil behind his own net, feeding it off on the boards on the far side. Moving in to throw the check is Marsh. It goes into the corner. Ryan Uolter is down, and the puck is underneath him. It's called for a face-off.
Well, we've had a couple of good hits already. Team Canada's defense pressing right up from the line. When the Czechoslovakian team tried to ring the boards from behind their net, and that's not usually usual for the Czechoslovakian team. They like the long pass, but the Team Canada defense moving right up, playing the body early in the hockey game.
And you saw Dr. Ladislav Horsky there, the coach of the Czechoslovakian team. He's also the coach of Slovan Bratislava in the Czechoslovakian Senior League. 7 of his players from that senior team are playing with this junior team. They've had a lot of injuries with that team this year. Here's a quick shot. The Gretzky line, by the way, is out on the ice. They got a good hand as they came out from this Montreal Forum crowd. As the puck is in the center ice area, Babbage shooting it back in. And it's called for the offside. And I think, well, let's see now. It is also going to mean a penalty called against, I believe, Team Canada. Yes, Gretzky is going into the penalty box.
Well, slashing was the call, as indicated by Ron Smith, the official. And there we see young Wayne Gretzky. After the face-off, here we have the draw coming back. There we have Gretzky getting tied up, and really looked like a very innocent play, but he is called for the slash.
So Czechoslovakia on the power play now is coming out of their own end. It's Hrdina. Hrdina at center ice throws it into Chalder. Chalder's inside the blue line, back to the point. Andres moving in now, trying to get set in front of the net. Now feeds it back. Here's a shot, and he drifted it wide of the net. Another shot, and the goaltender was down and out of the play, but they hit the side of the net with that. Number 16 was Hrdina getting that shot away, and it's cleared down the ice. Out of his net, it's Jan Hrabek leaving it behind his net, trying to clear it away, and it's poked away now by Gardner into the corner. Gardner fighting for that puck against the boards. He goes down on his knees, but can't hold it. Comes around the boards. Moving in after it is Marsh. Marsh trying to clear it in front of the net. Gardner behind the net, the Czechoslovakians control. Andres, he's checked from behind, is moving in as Smith. Bobby Smith now putting it along the boards behind the net. Andres coming out on the right side, feeds it up the boards to center ice, trying to get by the defense there was Calder, and it's loose and back inside the Team Canada end, and then fired down the ice by Bobby Smith. Now inside the zone, Gardner against the boards, but it's cleared out to center ice. Fed ahead over the line now comes Штястны. Штястны getting set out of his net and poking it away, and Bernard has not looked very strong in the early going here. As a couple of times he's been out of position to field that puck, and the rebound, fortunately for him, came all the way to center ice. Waichner inside his own zone. It's sent off his stick. Now behind the net. Waichner once again. Out to center ice, the pass for Bezak. Over the line, Bezak dropping it off, and a good hard check there by Uolter. Puck goes against the boards, and it's sent down the ice. We have 10 seconds remaining in the penalty now as the puck goes to the far boards. Urban around the boards to this side. Czerny, number 9 for Czechoslovakia, out over his blue line to center ice, takes the shot, and Bernard fields that one, and he'll just cover it up and hang on for the faceoff.
Well, what a job Team Canada's forecheckers did in killing that penalty. They're not just turning with their wings. They're going ahead and forechecking very vigorously when they're shorthanded. Very successful in killing the penalty. First of all, Smith working hard, and then we came back with Smil and Ryan Uolter, and of course the great check of Ryan Uolter on Bezak, and Bezak was really hurt and had to go to the bench, but they're doing a great job of forechecking, not just letting the Czechoslovakian team bring the puck to them when they have the advantage.
The telecast of this game is presented solely for the interest of our viewers under copyright of Arthur Harnett Enterprises Limited. Any use of this telecast without express written consent is strictly prohibited. From the face-off behind the net, it's Hartsburg. Hartsburg now with the Gretzky line intact and back on the ice again. Gretzky back out of the penalty box. Brought to center ice, cleared down by Hubert to the line. But Czechoslovakia comes right back again. Great game so far. This one a must-win, really, for Team Canada if they want to keep in the thick of things and make it to that championship game on the 3rd of January. Play against the boards directly beneath us. A lot of pushing and shoving going on there. Moving in is Willie Huber and Gretzky also, but that's all that amounted to was a little bit of shoving. And we'll have a face-off in the center ice area. And the Gretzky line will remain out there. Babbage and McKegney also working on the line. Line, of course, has been the number 1 line in this tournament. Gretzky with 7 goals and 6 assists for 13 points. McKegney with 2 goals and 5 assists, and Babbage has 2 goals and 5 assists as well. 1, 2, 3 on the team. Штястны, the number 1 scorer for Czechoslovakia. He's number 19. Not on the ice at the moment. And now they're going to chase the Czechoslovakian center Weissman out of there, and we're set to go once again. It's from the face-off. It's banged off the boards by Motz. Kept along the boards. Motz controls it, shoots it rink wide. McKegney will go back to his own blue line and then leave it for Hartsburg. Hartsburg coming out. Feeds it off the boards. Going over the line is Gretzky digging for the corner. He's partially checked, keeps his feet, tries to get it out in front for McKegney. And it's knocked down by Motz, and he sends it out to center ice. Huber over for Hartsburg. Hartsburg straight up ice for a breaking Wayne's Gretzky, but it was checked away from him, and Czechoslovakia now has possession. Back to the line. It's Fritzer. Fritzer over the line. Hartsburg back to get it. He's number 4 for Team Canada behind the net. Team Canada has made a change now. Is coming out of his own zone. Is Hartsburg ahead for the centerman now, Rick Patterson. Patterson tied up against the board. Still loose out there. Czechoslovakia comes back over the line. That's Fritzer getting a shot away, and he drifted it over top of the net. Fritzer in against the boards in the corner. Fritzer clearing it out in front of the net, and it got caught up in the equipment of Hartsburg, and he hangs on himself in front of the goal mouth, and there'll be a face-off to the right of the Canadian goal.
We noticed the Czechoslovakian players playing Wayne Gretzky's body much more today than they did on Christmas Day, and of course he burned them quite a few times. Those defensemen for Czechoslovakia, they're not looking at the puck because he fooled them badly, and today they're playing the man a little more effectively in this early going.
Well, you saw the way he burned them on the opening sequence here as we opened our telecast this afternoon with that great goal he scored. He had 3 goals and 3 assists in that 9-3 victory Team Canada had over Czechoslovakia in the preliminary round. We'll see how they handle Gretzky and company in this game, but right now the line out there for Team Canada is Patterson, Дейли, and Vaive. As from the face-off, they'll do it again as somebody had encroached into the face-off circle. It'll be Czerny facing off against Patterson. Puck is dropped, and coming in to the face-off circle to take it away is Vaive. He gets it out to center ice, poked away and back into the Team Canada end. Out to center ice once again. Brian Young getting it out. Player goes down. Patterson pokes it along the boards, and a rink-wide pass that went right by Patrick Дейли. Дейli gets it again. He fanned as he tried to get the pass away to Patterson. We have another pile-up against the boards, this time in front of the Team Canada bench. And a face-off again in the center ice area. Much more body contact, I think, in this game, Tom.
Well, I was just going to say that, Ron. I think in the first 5 minutes of the hockey game, we've seen more checks, more physical contact than we saw in the game on Christmas Day between these two teams. I think the Team Canada is playing the body more effectively, and also the Czechoslovakian team, because they were fooled quite a bit on Christmas Day. I think they've been told to play the man more often than they were.
And I think this may be a result also of the final score of that game in Quebec City the other night when Team Canada lost to the Soviet Union, and were not as physical as they could have been in that game. So perhaps change slightly in the tactics. As from the face-off now, Team Canada leading the rush with Patterson shooting it in. A bouncing puck down on his knees is Robek, and with 2 Team Canada players at his doorstep, he elects to cover it up.
Well, there you see Jan Robek, and really the Czechoslovakian team has changed their goaltender from Christmas Day. Sindel being the goaltender, being beaten for 9 goals that day, and I guess as part of Dr. Horschke's change and looseness today to change the goaltenders, give his other goaltender the opportunity today.
Dr. Gunther Stevetsky, the IIHF president, of course, along with Bill Waters. Here in the forum, it's Bill Waters, who is the tournament coordinator, to the left of your picture. This has been a new development in world hockey, this World Junior Championship, and I think a very successful one. It's presented some great hockey entertainment to fans, this being the 2nd year of the tournament. Along the far boards now, McCrimmon. McCrimmon along the boards, out to center ice. Дейли trying to get over the line. It's poked away from him and back into the Team Canada zone, and Brian Young is back for it. Backhands it around the boards to the far side. Hops off the stick of McCrimmon, and the forecheckers in there get a chance. Out in front, and it rolled off a stick. Here's a chance now as the shot is wide. Rebound off the boards, and the check is made. It's rolled. They score! Completely screened on the play was Bernhardt as Bezak just backhanded a weak shot in. And Czechoslovakia leads 1-0.
Well, here we have Team Canada players turning off the puck in their zone. The puck comes wide of the net. Here it comes loose. Bezak, who had earlier been hurt on a tremendous check, just puts the puck through a maze of players. Here we see it again. Bezak just putting that little innocent backhand, but you see that the Team Canada goalie Bernhardt had no choice. We had McCrimmon tying up the Czechoslovakian defender in front of the net, and it was just a very weak backhand. It just slid very, very slowly into the corner of the net, but I'm sure the goaltender didn't have a chance to see it.
So Czechoslovakia leading 1-0. The assist will go to Vladimir Urban, number 10, as from the face-off, it's back into the Team Canada end, and Canada now forced to come from behind. Circling in his own zone is Rob Rэмedж over to the far side. They bring it to center ice. Marsh clearing it in, ducking a check there very neatly against the far boards, and rolling it in front was Kurt Fraser. Now it's back out to the point. Rэмedž with a screen shot. It deflects into the netting behind the net. After it behind the net is Smil. Out to the point. It goes all the way down the ice. And Bernhardt will hold it at the side of the net as Rэмedž comes back for it. Czechoslovakia leading 1-0 now as Rэмedž out of his own zone to center ice. Cleared past Tambullini to the line. Smil gets it in over there for Team Canada's. From the face-off, it's cleared behind the net on the far side. Cudlitz along the boards, but he can't get it out against the boards. Fraser into the corner. After it there is Cudlitz, number 4. He goes around the net. A hit made in there by Smil as the puck comes out to center ice. It's poked away by Rэмedž, and then cleared down into the Team Canada end, and back to get it for Team Canada is Marsh, but it's called on the icing.
Well, we're we're going to get another look at the last goal, and really here we have the different angle. The Czechoslovakia, here you can see the goaltender crouching, trying to see it. You notice that he didn't have a chance to move for the puck until the last moment. He was screened very effectively, and the puck just slid low and into the corner by his stick before he was able to move on it.
Okay, the face-off inside the Czechoslovakian end. Here's Gardtner with a shot right in front of the net, and a great opportunity for Bobby Smith, and he simply couldn't get his stick on it. Now it's back out to Gardtner, number 19. Circling, his shot is right on. Now behind the net, Czechoslovakia rolling it into the corner on the far side. Fritzer there, he gets it out to center ice. It's knocked down by Hartsburg. Hartsburg shooting it right back in. Bounces off the backboards. Brabeck leaving it for the defense, and it's cleared straight up ice at center ice. Trying to get loose there is Weissman. Over the line now, offside, as Weissman was trapped inside as Fritzer brought it in, and it's called for another faceoff.
There we have the typical Czechoslovakian breakout. The defenseman just stepping out from behind the net, taking one quick look and throwing that long pass to try and open up things quickly in the neutral zone, and it almost worked. They were just a step offside.
Okay, the faceoff will be directly, well, at center ice, just outside the blue line. Directly in front of the Team Canada goal. There's Ernie McLean. Looking on, I would think, a little worriedly right now, although it's early. Team Canada has not had that many great scoring chances in this game so far. That's Huber against the boards on this side, trying to clear it ahead, and it's knocked down. Herdina turning and shooting it back into the Team Canada end, and icing will be the call again with the face-off in the Czechoslovakian end.
It was interesting on the last icing call that the Czechoslovakian team, and they iced the puck quite frequently, trying to get that long pass. It just went by Bernhardt, and I was wondering, because the markings on the ice here at the Former for the National Hockey League, had we had that bigger circular crease, the previous icing call would have been right through, and it wouldn't have been called icing.
From the face-off, now the puck bouncing crazily inside the face-off circle, goes into the corner, cleared to the point. Knocking it down there is Brian Young, clears it right in front. Oh, the goaltender had to come up quick on that one. Into the corner it goes now, as after it is Babic, and he'll pin it in and hold it there for a face-off, which will take place to the right of the Czechoslovakian goal. That one rolled from the point, and almost as innocent a looking shot as the original one that scored the Czechoslovakian goal.
Yes, well, here's the puck coming through there. It just slides through, and it's almost the same as the goal. There's the goaltender. You see him down low, not able to see it to the last minute, and actually it hit the side of the net, just off the edge of the post.
Okay, Gretzky facing off against Herdina from the face-off. Back out to the point, kept in by McCrimmon, cleared to the boards, not out, but now Czechoslovakia getting it out to center ice. Knocked down there by Brian Young. Over for McCrimmon, back to Young. Young moving up ice now, clears it in. Puck bouncing off the backboards, banged off the boards, out to center ice. McCrimmon turning, and McCrimmon will chase it all the way back down into his own zone as he's being checked by Herdina. Now McCrimmon beating it along the boards. Gretzky getting it off the stick of McKegney. Gretzky turning inside his own zone. Here he comes. Gretzky ahead for Babic. Over the line. Went off his stick as the Czechie is very close here. And Czerny relaying it down the ice. And is relayed by Andres deep into the Czech-Canadian end. Icing again the call. The fans don't like it, but they're just taking the pressure off anytime they can.
Well, of course, that's reaction from Canadian fans, North American fans, and that does slow down the game. It's a bad play, but in Europe it's accepted. If you're a little tired out there and you want the change, they simply take the puck and ice it.
We mentioned Czechoslovakia has 7 players from Slovan Bratislava on their club. They are Czerny, Urban, Штястны, Rusnak, Bezak, Weissman, and Shashko, all playing for Dr. Ladislav Horsky in Bratislava. As we mentioned in the early stages of the telecast, they have had a lot of injury problems and promoted a number of their young players. Here's Штястны over the line, and his shot is just wide of the net. Cleared along the boards and down the ice, and this time Team Canada will get caught for the icing. No, it's been waved off as deep in the end now. It's cleared out in front. Getting set on the backhand is Vaiv. He shoots, and that one is gloved by the goaltender. Rabak, he hangs on, and we'll have another face-off.
Well, the Czechoslovakian captain going over to the linesman, protesting that it should have been icing. The linesman ruled that the Czechoslovakian defender could have touched the puck rather than the icing call, and it was waved off.
So once again, it'll be Patterson, this Quebec Major Junior League line of Patterson, Vaiv, and Дейли. 3 different teams in the Quebec League. Patterson from Cornwall, Vaiv from Sherbrooke, and Дейli from Laval. Line mate that is Дейli was with Mike Bossy last year. Bossy now in the running for the Rookie of the Year award in the National Hockey League. Puck is bounced to the side of the Czechoslovakia net after it is Patterson cleared along the boards. Good hit there. Thrown by Brad Marsh, and the puck is cleared out to center ice. Marsh going back for it in his own end. Marsh to Rэмedж. Rэмedž had to go off his skate. He just flips it out to center ice as he up ice on the left side. Kurt Fraser couldn't reach it, and way out of his net is Robak, and he hangs on for the faceoff.
I think one interesting point about the hockey game so far, we're almost at the halfway point of the first period, and there's been a total of 8 shots on goal only. Canada 5, Czechoslovakia team 3. I think that's more a reflection of the close checking and playing the body rather than poor shooting.
From the face-off now, Tambullini gets the shot away, the rebound, and it came right back out onto the stick of Smil. He just simply couldn't get a second shot away. Down over the line, Fritzer, he's chased off the puck. Hartsburg behind the net, clearing it over to the far side now. They try to get it out, but unable to was Fraser. Now here's Hartsburg at center ice, over to Fraser on the far boards. Fraser with some skating room, right to roll it in front. Now it's back up the point. Hubert shoots, he's right on with that one. Now here's a chance for Smil. Into the corner, out in front, and Tambullini deflected it just wide. Into the corner it goes, it's rolled in front. Smil can't reach it as Motes takes it behind the net. He takes a hit. Smil's after it. Smil goes down. The puck goes behind the net, and Cutlets clears it around the board and down the ice. Icing will be the call as Hartsburg goes back to touch it. He doesn't have to. It's called and back down into the Czech end for a faceoff.
Well, that's the best pressure Team Canada's had on, and Smil is responsible for a lot of that. There's one thing about number 11 for Team Canada. He plays the man at every opportunity. He muscles people off the puck and creates opportunity for his line mates. Hard-working hockey player.
Well, Team Canada's made a change now. Ryan Walter, the team captain out there with Bobby Smith as left winger, and Mike Gardtner on right wing. Bobby Smith, who played his first game of the tournament per se in Quebec City against the Soviets, was not too effective in that game, but of course he had not played with this club. Here from the face-off, a deflected shot from the point by McCrimmon. It's in the crowd and called for a face-off of 3 or 4 feet inside the blue line. I mentioned that Bobby Smith did not play that well against the Soviets, but I think that is forgivable simply because of the fact that he had not played with this team. Of course, Smith is considered one of the Lou Chippers out of the junior crop this year. One of the very, very high draft choices come next spring. Here's Smith relaying the pass into the Czechoslovakian end. After it now and trying to roll it in front of the net was Ryan Walter. He gets it out in front. Here's McCrimmon getting set. The shot is right on. And after it is Gardtner. He clears it to the blue line, but not out. They try to roll it ahead. McCrimmon was caught for a moment there, but managed to recover and get back as Brian Young takes it behind his own net. Young coming out through the right of the net. Clears it to center ice. Bobby Smith stick handling by a man now. Smith still with that puck over the line. Smith just relays it in. And down to get it now for the Czechoslovakian team is Andres. He loses the puck and rolls to the goal mouth. And Smith right there, the goaltender, covers it up. And we'll have another face-off.
The crowd got a big bang out of the linesman going behind the net to pick up the loose puck. He took a little bit of a tumble. He almost scored himself.
So the Gretzky line comes out once again as you look at the Czechoslovakian bench. Number 4 there is Cutlets, Arnold Cutlets. And now they're going to move Bezak in to face off against Gretzky. From the face-off back to the point. Here's the shot right on, kicked out, and it comes right to a Czechoslovakian player. And up the left wing now for Czechoslovakia, it's Vaichner. Vaichner over the line, shoots it into the corner. Cleared along the boards to the point. Urban tried to keep it in, and he does, but now here comes Team Canada. Brad Marsh at center ice. Over the line for Babic, and it rolled off his stick. Czechoslovakia coming right back now. Waichner over the line, fakes the shot, tries to go around the defense, and a good play there by the defenseman Rob Rэмedж as he played the man after losing his stick. Now it hops over the glass, called for a face-off to the left of Team Canada's goal.
One thing that I've noticed, and it cost them a goal in the game on Christmas Day, the Czechoslovakian centers, if they lose a face-off in their own zone, they don't stay with the man. And that last little play in the Czechoslovakian end where the puck came back to the point, what happened was that the centerman, after losing the draw, went to chase the point and left another Team Canada man free to go to the net for rebounds and the little bit of garbage on the shots from the point. They continue to do that. Team Canada's going to get some good opportunities with their shots from the point.
Well, now they've got Rusnak out there to face off against Gretzky. From the face-off, it's flipped out to center ice. Czerny circling with it. Czechny for Czechoslovakia, clearing it to the line. It goes over the line. Rэмedž knocking it down. He flips it back out to center ice. It's McKechnie. McKechnie shooting it in. Babbage racing in after it. Babbage out in front of the net. It goes off a stick. Is coming back to make his check there with Jaskro. It's against the boards on the far side. Coming up the right boards. Now it's Rusnak to center ice. Clears it over the line. Tries to get it again. And it's cleared away by the defense. To the blue line to center ice now as Babbage goes after it. He loses to Czechny. They clear it to the line again. Babbage back after it. He's checked on the play. Rusnak against the boards, down on his knees. He takes the shot from Babbage, but covering up now. They move it out in front of the net, and it's cleared away. Now out to the blue line. Long lead pass intended there for Rick Vaiv, and it goes all the way down. They wave it off. Vaiv has it. Vaiv out in front. And unable to convert that one is Patrick Daly. It rolls in front again. And Czechoslovakia's Savozil coming out to center ice. Savozil clearing it down into the Team Canada end, but Canada comes right back on the far boards now. Down over the line is Patrick Daly, ducking the defense. Goes into the corner. Now back out to the point. They keep it in. Hartsburg shooting. It drifts wide of the net. They go after it against the boards on this side. One-handing it into the corner. And going down on the play was number 23 for Canada. Vaiv. It rolls in front of the net. There's a shot. Rolls in front of the score. Team Canada. As the goaltender was way out of the net, Canada has tied it up. Patterson will get the goal.
The Czechoslovakian defender, number 3, just threw that puck. Mats just threw that puck blind to the point. The shot came from the point. Goaltender being well out of the net. Vaiv got in behind. Here's Hubert with the shot. It's just thrown away. There it is, bouncing loose in front of the net. Vaiv putting it behind the Czechoslovakian goaltender who was too far out of the net. The Czechoslovakian defender here, he just throws it blind. Hubert has all kinds of time, tees it up, goes right through, off the boards. Goaltender well out of the net. Vaiv just puts the puck behind him. And there we see the goaltender well out on top of the crease. Actually got mixed up with the Team Canada player and had no chance to make a play on the goal.
Well, you saw that new wrinkle we have for replays where in which you isolate the goaltender. And there you've got a great example of how that can work, because the Czechs argued that there was a man in the goal crease. As you saw, he was straddling the goal crease, and that was it. It was perfectly legal goal, and Team Canada has tied this one up now. Daly will get credit for the goal. It's from the face-off now. Puck is cleared out to center ice. At center ice, and down over the line comes Fraser. He takes a long shot on Robak, who hangs on. Another face-off.
Well, there we see Robak, and really it's interesting that he would be so far out of the net on the last goal, because usually European goaltenders like to stay back deep in that crease, make sure that the puck doesn't get behind him, but he was caught outside of his net on that last play.
They'll do the face-off all over again. Again, that's Patrick Daly from Willie Huber at 12:49. That ties it at 1-1. Now Canada having a difficult time scoring goals, unlike the last time they played this Czechoslovakian team. From the face-off now, puck is loose inside the zone. Coming to center ice is Czerny. Czerny for Czechoslovakia to the line, trying to stick handle his way through, and moving across to make the check was McCrimmon, and Team Canada takes over. Ryan Young to center ice. He sent it ahead of Tambellini down into the Czechoslovakian end. Skalitsky along the boards, out to center ice, went right by everybody. Young just shoots it back to the Czechoslovakian line. Hrdina goes down. The puck is loose. Brian Young back deep into the Team Canada end. McCrimmon starting out, gives it to Young. Young at center ice, rolls off a stick there. Puck is still loose in the center ice area. Andre shoots it in again. Behind the net, McCrimmon for Team Canada. McCrimmon to the far boards. Tambellini, he can skate. Out at center ice, he shoots it in. Bounces off the boards. After it for Czechoslovakia's Bezak. Behind the net, Bezak has it now. Team Canada moving in with the forecheckers. It's cleared off the boards. Vaichner at center ice. Vaichner to the line. Vaichner with that big move of his, but he's chased off the puck by McCrimmon behind the net. Behind the net now, it's rolled right onto the stick there of Bezak. Bezak out in front, they shoot. It's loose, they hit the post. What a great opportunity there for Vaichner, and he hit the post with the goaltender out of position. Czerny at center ice. Clearing it to the far boards. Team Canada changing on the fly as it's cleared into the Czechoslovakian end. Behind the net, Czerny to the boards on this side. Bezak clearing it out to center ice. It's loose out there, picked up by Marsh. He shoots it back in again. Czerny behind his own net. Forechecking on the play for Team Canada. Bobby Smith with his shot, and he got a good one away just over top of the net. Gardner now trying to roll it out in front. Smith goes into the corner after it, takes a check, clears it out in front and hop over Gardner's stick. At the point, Remmage, his shot, and it bounced off a leg into the corner. Now behind the net, Bobby Smith has it. He rolls it in front and spun around on the play just as he was trying to get the shot away was Mike Gardner. Back inside the Team Canada end now, Brad Marsh. Marsh coming out. Beats it ahead. Walter at center ice. Ahead, intended for Bobby Smith. Called on the icing. Back into the Team Canada end for a face-off.
Well, here we have a shot of the near goal. Both Team Canada defenders get caught behind the net. Here we have the Czechoslovakian player right on the edge of the net. Just tips it on his backhand. Here it comes through again. There's the shot coming through. Right against the side of the net. There you see him on his backhand. Comes through. Puck hits the post and then bounce behind. You couldn't come any closer than that.
Well, this is certainly a different Czechoslovakian team than the one we saw Canada beat 9-3 in the preliminary round. Notice Bobby Smith, number 15, skating through the face-off circle there. Now he's going to move to the far side. They're using him as a left winger in this game. They played him center in Quebec City in his first game back. He is a center with Ottawa this year, but had been a left winger up until this year with the Ottawa 67s. They're taking full advantage of that size of his as a centerman. Now here's Smith, and it goes past him all the way down into the check end, and again we'll have a face-off and back into the Team Canada end for the face-off.
Team Canada was a little sloppy coming out of their own zone. They had lots of opportunity. There you see Bobby Smith to make the good pass to come out. There were two bad passes actually coming out, and they had all kinds of time to pass the puck, but they're pressing their passes a little, forcing them a little too much, and as a result, the passes are going a little astray. It's very important to keep possession against this Czechoslovakian team.
Well, there you see the whole story. 4:14 left as we have a 1-1 tie here in the first period. Canada versus Czechoslovakia. Coming from deep in his own end now, that's Marsh. Marsh to the boards on this side. Walter clearing it in. Bobby Smith going in after it, using that strength of his. He pulls the Czechoslovakian player off the puck. Goes into the corner. Czechoslovakia controlling it. Weissman trying to get it out. It's shot to the side of the net. Ryan Walter with Smith out in front. And he tried to get it to him. It was intercepted by the goaltender. Rэмedж, number 12, at the point. His shot just drifted wide. It got all the way through. And here's another shot just deflected wide off the stick of Gardner in front of the net. Now Rэмedj out in front. Flips it rink wide. Now down the right boards. And trying to clear it in over the line was Fritzer. He gets it into Team Canada territory on the far side now. Canada trying to clear it out past Bobby Smith. No icing will be the call here. As they say, the Czechoslovakian player Szkalitzky could have played it. It's inside the zone now. Down goes the Team Canada player. That's Walter on top of the puck, and we'll have another face-off 4 or 5 feet inside the blue line of Czechoslovakia.
Well, one thing I've noticed early in the hockey game is that there we see Team Canada's captain Ryan Walter going off, and he's dug the puck out very, very well. A good face-off man drawing it back to Bobby Smith, who had a good opportunity a few minutes ago. But the Czechoslovakian team is leaving Team Canada's points open. They're sagging their wingers right back deep, which isn't usual for them, and giving Team Canada's point men lots of opportunity to shoot the puck.
On the face-off now with the Gretzky line out there, it's Hartsburg. Hartsburg banging it off the boards. It goes past McKegney. Babbage ahead for Gretzky. He's over the line. Gretzky now into the corner, turning with it, trying to get away from the checking, and he was unable to. Czechoslovakia brings it to center ice now. Over the line, Hrdina. He takes a shot. Gloved by Bernhardt. He leaves it at the side of the net. And it's Hartsburg. Hartsburg for Gretzky. Gretzky up the right boards, flipping it ahead, and Babbage was tied up there by Czerny as he crossed the line. It goes into the corner. Babbage after it to Gretzky. Gretzky circling. Gretzky over now for Hartsburg. His shot deflects wide of the net. Behind the net, Babbage after it. He's pinned against the boards. Babbage still fighting for it. Is moving in on him as Czerny. And between Czerny, Babbage, and Szkalitzky, they hold it in. With 2:30 left, we have a 1-1 tie here in the first period.
Well, although Wayne Gretzky, as you see there, hasn't been quite as effective as he was in the first game, nevertheless, when he gets a hold of that puck inside the blue line, he is very, very dangerous. And there he set up Hartsburg with a nice little pass. Hartsburg moved in. The shot was a little wide. But Gretzky really is unselfish with the puck. Not only is he a great goal scorer, but he's a very good playmaker as well.
Well, Gretzky is the tournament leader in points right now with 13. The next best is 10 by Gersimov of the Soviet Union. As a matter of fact, the next 4 in the scoring after Gretzky are members of the Soviet team. Gersimov, Makarov, Skudjuk, and Koshebnikov. We saw enough of them the other day in that game against Team Canada in Quebec City. It's from the face-off now. It's out to center ice. Huber waits for his mates to get onside, shoots it in. Babbage going in deep after it, along with Czerny, number 9. Czerny gets the puck, rolls it along the boards. They try to get it out, and it's kicked out to center ice finally by Bezak. Now Gretzky circling away from a check. Gretzky flipping it ahead, and McKechnie getting over the line. McKechnie with it against the boards, but he had preceded the puck. It had been delayed at the blue line, and McKechnie got in ahead of it, and it's called on the offside. 2:06 left in the period, a 1-1 tie. Team Canada makes a change now as they send out Rick Patterson along with Rick Vaive. And also getting back into the face-off circle there is Patrick Дейли, left winger. Face-off outside the blue line. Waichner facing off against Patterson, and from the face-off it's back into the Team Canada end. And back to get it, Brian Young of New Westminster, but it's called on the icing, and boy, we've had a lot of those calls in this hockey game. I think a reflection of the close checking in the hockey game.
Well, I think it's a reflection. The Czechoslovakian team like the long pass. They like to throw it from inside their own zone, or when they're trying to get a line change, if they're a little tired. Team Canada, not this for the same reason. I think they've just been forcing their passes a little too much and not quite clicking.
Okay, the face-off to the left of the goal, and from the face-off it's Czerny. Czerny clearing it up center ice, and it went right off the stick of Штястны, and it's called again, but they're looking for that break.
Well, there we go again. It's a typical example. They take the draw, and the defenseman just steps out from beside the net, looks for the winger breaking high, and tries to hit him to get that good opportunity in the neutral zone. We see that time and time again.
Well, we remember the Canada Cup Series, Tom, when we had enough Штястнys to last a lifetime. Here's another one. All three of them, Peter, Marian, and this Штястны, Anton, play with Slovan Bratislava in the Czechoslovakian League senior team. And this one looks like he's going to be as good as the others. Just the junior member of the trio. There's another one, Bohuslav, no relation. As from the face-off now, puck is banged off the boards in center ice area. Turning with it now is Patterson, number 28. Patterson circling back into his own end, feeds it rink wide. McCrimmon to Young. Young moving up ice now, crosses center ice, clears it in over the line. The goaltender is out. He'll cover it up. The two of the Team Canada wingers breaking down on him, and another face-off.
Well, one of the things that's quite interesting, I think, about this hockey game is that this is a must game for Team Canada, and although I think they've had the control for the most part in the hockey game, and they've looked very competent, they just don't seem to have that extra little spark that they had in the previous game with Czechoslovakia and that they had early in the tournament.
Reminder that tomorrow afternoon, right after the AFC Championship game between Oakland and Denver, we'll be on the air live again from the Montreal Forum with Canada versus Sweden. And that could be an interesting one. It'll be the first time since the exhibition series that Canada will have seen Sweden. From the face-off now, of course, Sweden has been part of the other division with the Soviets, Switzerland and Finland in the preliminary round. They've got a good hockey club. Out to center ice, Rэмedж now clearing it over the line offside there as Fraser was in too quickly, and this time the face-off will be just a few feet shy of the red center line. One statistic here, had 30 face-offs in the game so far, and Canada has won 20 of them, so they're at least taking their share in that department.
Well, one thing that's interesting is to have 30 face-offs in the course of a period. That's a lot of face-offs. That's more than one every moment.
From the face-off now, it's back to the blue line. Again, Team Canada, the winner of that. Marsh was with it. Less than a minute remaining in the period now. Ryan Uolter will be our guest, and Bill Stevenson's guest during the first intermission of this afternoon's game. That one was held by the goaltender. He'll not have another face-off. Again, outside the blue line.
In most hockey games, you have an average of about 75 face-offs per hockey game, and when you have 31 or 32 in the first period, I think that's a reflection on the amount of icing and the amount of whistles we've had and the close checking in this first period.
From the face-off now, that's Patterson back in his own end. Along the boards for Rэмedž. Rэмedž crossing the red center line, gets it ahead, trying to break free was Tambullini, and he was hooked from behind by Skolitsky, and it's called on a face-off once again. And the final 42 seconds of this period, they're going to send the line of Bobby Smith, who will be the left winger, along with Ryan Uolter and Mike Gardtner out. So it's a 1-1 tie. 42 seconds remaining in the first period of a close checking hockey game. From the face-off now. It's back to the red center line, and Hartsburg just shoots it in off the backboards. Motes behind the net, being checked closely by Bobby Smith and also Uolter. Smith poking it along the boards, gets it to the point. Hartsburg keeping it right in front, and Gardner had a great chance, and he just simply couldn't get his stick on it. Now along the boards, out to center ice, leading the rush is Fritcher over the line. Fritcher trying to get free, and he's checked from behind by Gardner. Along the boards, Bobby Smith is over the line. Smith was chased off the puck by Kodletz. Now it's against the boards, still inside the Czechoslovakian end. Spotia gets it to center ice. It's Huber over for Hartsburg to Gardner. Gardner can't get over the line. And it's Hartsburg once again to Huber. He takes a look at the clock. He'll just hold it now as the siren goes to end the first period of play. And the score, Canada 1, Czechoslovakia 1, and you can sum that one up, I guess, just as the story was checking.
Well, it was a very close checking period. 11 shots for Canada, 9 for Czechoslovakia. It was a tight checking game with very few opportunities. And although we had more shots on goal later on in the period, I think the number of face-offs and stopping the play, slowing things down that we had in the first period is a little unusual between these two teams.
Okay, Bezak scored for Czechoslovakia. A 1-1 tie after one period. Czechoslovakia getting on the board. Bezak scoring from Vladimir Urban at 5:31. And then Rick Vaiv from Willie Huber and Patrick Дейли at 12:49. The shots on goal in that first period, a tight checking period, as we've mentioned a few times. Canada 11, Czechoslovakia 9. Team Canada just making its appearance on the ice from the area of what is the Montreal Canadiens dressing room. Under normal circumstances, the Canadiens out of town on this particular day to play a New Year's Eve game in New York against the Islanders.
Well, I think in the first period, Team Canada really looked as if they had control of the play for a large part of the period, but there is just a little something. Perhaps the loss to the Soviets, they're not quite as confident as they were earlier in the tournament, and there's just a little something, a little spark that they may lack, and I'm sure that Ernie McLean has been talking about that at the end of the first period. But they've controlled the hockey game, but for a game that's a must hockey game, it's very important for them to win, of course, if they're going to get into that final round, and they must win today, and they must win tomorrow against Sweden if they're going to get an opportunity for the World Junior Championship. But I'm sure that they're going to have a little more zip in this second period.
That is Jaromir Sindel in the Czechoslovakian nets, but he will not be the goaltender in this second period. He's just waiting for Jan Prabak to finish his warm-up skate. He'll wish his partner success, and we will be set to go here. Just one penalty called in that game so far, and that has been to Gretzky for slashing in the very first minute of play. Referee for the game is Rod Smith. Skip Turnbull and Paul Flaherty are the linesmen, all from the United States. It's been a little bit of close checking, some hard hitting at times in the game, but no incidents of note. And no penalties, obviously, except that slashing, which was more a hooking, I thought, in the first minute of play. And there's the goaltender for Team Canada, Tim Bernhardt from the Cornwall Royals, considered by most the top goaltender in the Quebec Major Junior League. We have two goaltenders from the OHA. Pat Regan is the third goaltender. The London Knights, a familiar name for people who have followed pro hockey over the years. Dennis Regan, his father, also a goaltender, a star out in the Western League for a few years. I believe in the Detroit system, if my memory serves me correctly. Is from the face-off now. The puck is into the Team Canada zone. And back to get it behind the net now. For Team Canada, number 22 is Brad Marsh. Marsh feeding it off on the boards to the far side. At center ice now. It's cleared in over the line by Ryan Uolter. And as the wingmen break in, the goaltender, Prabak, covers it up and holds it for a face-off.
Did Ryan Uolter ever hit Svazil? And he's the captain of the Czechoslovakian team, and that's the second real hard hit that the captain of Team Canada has thrown out. Actually, the first one was to Bezak, who had to go off the ice, and it was kind of ironic that he came back and scored the first Czechoslovakian goal, but he has thrown two tremendous checks.
Ryan Uolter.
It's really a play like that sparks the team. You get early in the period, you get a check like that, and everybody else on the bench looks around and they say, hey, there's a guy out there doing something. Let's go out and do it ourselves.
Well, he's played well, and they've moved him to center on this line. With Bobby Smith, they've just chased him off and made a left winger out of him. And the line seems to be clicking quite well here in this hockey game. Of course, there's lots of size on that line, and Ryan Uolter, who plays now with the Seattle Breakers. of the Western Canada League. Breakers were the Kamloops team in the league until this year, when they were moved into the Seattle area. Puck is cleared along the boards now, bringing it to center ice for Czechoslovakia. That is Salder. Salder is checked on the play. Puck is still in the center ice area, and there goes Willie Huber after Hredina. The puck rolls loose into the Canada end. Hartsburg out to center ice for Bobby Smith. Bounced off his stick, and Ryan Walter has it. He turns. Walter flipping it ahead. Smith over the line now, getting set as Gardner fakes the shot, goes behind the net. After it is Bobby Smith too. He's tied up on the play. The puck is cleared all the way down the ice. There'll be no icing here as Bernhardt has to stop it at the goal mouth. Leaves it for Hartsburg. Hartsburg, number 4 from the Sioux Greyhounds. On his way out of his end now. Hartsburg at center ice. Off the boards, over the line. Bobby Smith breaking loose in front of the net. Smith getting set. He shoots, and the goaltender down, and Rubach makes the save. Smith just got in too close and had nowhere to shoot it except into the padding of Rubach.
Well, that's what Bobby Smith does very well when cutting off that wing. He's got that great size, the big legs, the big reach, and if he can get even with the defender, here we have him cutting, starting to cut. There he puts that leg in front, is able to come right around the Czechoslovakian defender, but he didn't have enough room to put the puck up. Czechoslovakian goaltender making a good stop, but he can cut right around there using that size and that reach that he has to advantage.
Face off to the left now of the Czechoslovakian goal. From the face off against the boards on the far side. And for Czechoslovakia, that's Ivan Czerny. Czerny, rink wide. Motz at center ice, number 3. Ahead for Bezak. Bezak gets it over the line after it is Штястны. Back into the slot now, and moving around the defense with it is Waichner. Waichner out in front. Boats getting set. He had a clear shot. He scores! As the middle just opened up wide for Miroslav Motz, and Czechoslovakia takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, we had too many Team Canada defenders caught in too deep, too many chasing the puck. There's one in the corner. Here we have 2 men going to the puck carrier. Everybody deep. The puck comes back to the point to Motz. Here we see is all kinds of time. A nice low shot to Bernhardt's left. Here we have the 2 defenders again, 2 of them on him. The puck slides right through. Back to Motz. Here we have Bernhardt coming out of the net. Nice low shot, just catches the inside corner of the puck. Here we have him so far out of the net, and of course Team Canada tying up those men beside the net, the shot was able to get away from the point.
And once again, Team Canada is forced to come from behind. They have not led in this hockey game yet. Circling back behind his own blue line for Team Canada, that was Marsh. Rink wide, they clear it in, and Motz goes after it behind his net. Along the boards on this side, keeping it in now. It comes to the blue line to center ice. Circling back to get it is Дейли. Дейli to the far side. Rэмedж shooting it in, and it's held at the side of the net. Czerny along the boards on this side. Krajčovic at center ice, clears it over the line. Number 26 for Czechoslovakia, Šaško. Back to the point. Knocked down there by Czerny. He takes a shot. It's blocked, and here comes Team Canada back out to center ice. Patterson, and moving across to make the check there is Motz. He flips it against the boards. Here's a shot. It's blocked by the defense, and it's cleared into the corner by Rusnak. Out to center ice now. Circling with it is for Canada, rather. It's Marsh. He shoots it in, and Krajčovic will go after it. Number 22. He tried to clear it away. It bounced right back to the side of the net off Smil. Now in deep forechecking for Team Canada. That's Patterson. Patterson checked it away, and Дейli sent it back into the zone. Now it's cleared out to center ice, and back to get it is Rэмedž. Rэмedž cutting across center ice, over the line now. Back to Smil, back to Rэмedž. Rэмedž circling at the point, rolled it in front of the net, and it's Motz who clears it out to center ice once again. Rэмedž waiting for his mates to get onside. He spun around. Tambullini ahead, over the line there for Fraser. Fraser clears it in, and after it is forechecking number 10, Tambullini, as it's cleared down the ice. Icing will be the call. We played 3 minutes, 23 seconds here in the second period. 2-1 Czechoslovakia. This is Junior to center ice. That's Fritcher. Fritcher hits the boards on the far side. Puck is still loose, and it's cleared over the line. Sabozio getting it in. Bernhardt leaves it at the side of his net now. Hartsburg leaving it. Coming out of his own end, Tambullini trying to get loose of some checking there. Finally, Huber shoots it in. Bounces off the backboards. Tambullini racing out after it, and he took a good hard hit there from Kadlec. Against the boards and holding it there, Patterson along with Kadlec, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the Czechoslovakian goal. Now a little pushing going on between Sabozio and Patterson.
Tambullini showing a little spark early in the period. There he is moving in to take the draw, but Gretzky's 3-goal performance on Christmas Day overshadowed a great performance by this young man, because actually he had 2 goals, another assist, I believe. I think he had 3 points that day and came within an ace of getting a hat trick himself, and really had an outstanding game and gave Team Canada that strength down center that's so very, very important to a hockey club.
The key to his game, of course, Tom, is his tremendous speed. He can really move.
Well, one thing that impressed me, can he ever pass the puck in his backhand? And not too many young centers can do that very well.
He also gets the draw, and from the face-off, a shot. Hartsburg now breaking out of their own end. It's Czerny. Czerny over the line along with Hrdina. Czerny shoots. Good save there by Bernhardt as the puck goes against the boards on the far side. Hartsburg now out to center ice. And Tambullini ducking around the defenseman, but he just couldn't reach it as it rolled too far ahead of him, and Skolitsky breaks the play up. At center ice now, Calder over the line. Huber ahead. Tambullini had to go off the heel of his skate. Puck is still in the center ice area. Calder back into the Czechoslovakian end. Skolitsky can't get it out as it's kept in there by Tambullini, but now Czechoslovakia breaking out as Calder at center ice, and moving in to make the check is Fraser inside the line, circling back. Fraser still with it. Fraser straight up ice, and Huber at center ice just bangs it in over the line. Czechoslovakia once again is Calder, tied up on the play. Andres out to center ice. Hartsburg flipping it in. Racing after it for Czechoslovakia. That's Skolitsky along with Gretzky. Cleared along the boards. McKegney trying to get loose, and he is tied up as he was double teamed against the boards, and Hrdina shoots it in, icing the call. We played 5 minutes and 4 seconds here in the second period. Czechoslovakia leading 2-1.
Well, I don't understand that play from Hrdina. He had 2 steps to make to get the puck over center ice, dump it in, and get the change. And he elected to shoot it from behind his own center ice red line. Of course, it's an icing call. The draw comes all the way back into his own zone, and they haven't been winning very many of the face-offs. Really a bad play. He had 1 or 2 steps. He could have been over center and dumped the puck in. No icing call then.
Okay, the face-off will be to the right of the Czechoslovakian goal, as it's Gretzky facing off against Bezak. From the face-off, Gretzky controlling it in the face-off circle, but then is poked away from him out to center ice. Racing after it there is Rob Rэмedj. Circles back into his own corner. Forechecking on the play, number 24 is Vaichner. Along the boards on this side, Marsh dropping it off for Gretzky. Ahead now. Center ice for Rэмedj. Over the line, Babbage, number 20 against the boards on the far side. They whistle that down. It's offside. Very close play at the line.
Well, the fans are a little upset because the back linesman, of course, he waved at a good pass coming out of the Team Canada zone. That is to say that it wasn't offside at the center ice line, and the other linesman ruled it offside of the blue line. It was a good call, but I think that a lot of the fans saw the wave off from the back man.
Once again, Vaichner will face off against Gretzky. They'll make a defensive change here as Pavel Skolitsky comes out on the defense. 2-1, Czechoslovakia leading. They have scored the only goal here in the second period, breaking a 1-1 tie. As from the face-off comes to the line, but not in. Circling with it now is Marsh inside his own blue line. Marsh leading it up ice now. Marsh will shoot it in. Digging in after it offside again is Babbage, this time on the right wing. So another face-off. This is Junior World Cup Hockey on CTV.
Cocaine's like, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, you and me, looking for some extra fun. We just begun now, looking to live, looking to love. Give me some Coke and the sun above. Cocaine's like, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, cocaine's like, everybody wants.
Set to go once again, and again it'll be Gretzky facing off at center ice against Vaichner. From the face-off, Vaichner brings it over the line. Vaichner getting set now, looking for a man out in front, trying to duck around the defense. Good defensive play there by Brad Marsh, and here comes Team Canada once again. Gretzky, a long lead pass, and trying to break around the defense was McKegney, but it was intercepted at the defense by Skolitsky. Now back once again, and here's a pass intercepted to the line. Babbage over for McKegney. McKegney's shot is wide. Gretzky back to the point. And there's a shot by Rэмedj, and the goaltender, Wabak, and Gretzky not too pleased, as he's saying that, you just don't do that with nobody around.
Well, we've seen this so many times. European goaltenders, they're used to doing this, coming a long way out of the net to kill the puck. Actually, it was a very innocent play. He could have controlled the puck and give it to his own player. In fact, that's what a Canadian goaltender would have done, because it's more important to gain possession of the puck. Here he goes to throw it away. Here's the stop. There he's fumbling around a little bit with it. Thus, you see, he controls on his stick, but rather than just flip it, there's his defender coming, and he does give it to him late, but the whistle is already gone. But now they may lose possession of the puck from the draw, whereas they would have had possession had he just given it to the defender who came back for the loose puck.
Played 7:06 here in the second period. 2-1 Czechoslovakia leading, as now they have the line Ryan Walter along with Rick Patterson. That's Kirk Fraser out there, not Patterson. And Bobby Smith at the top rim of the circle. From the face-off now, Czechoslovakia out to the point. McCrimmon keeping it in. Here's a shot. It goes off his stick as Krajčovic got in the way. Gardner throws a check, and the puck is back into the Canada end. Now out to center ice. Walter, he can't get loose. It's the boards. It's Gardner. Gardner flipping it in. Bobby Smith in after it, but it's cleared out to the blue line into center ice by Skalitsky. Now against the boards on the far side. Gardner shooting it in. Bobby Smith racing in after it along with Skalitsky. It goes into the corner. There it's Walter. Walter against the boards. Back out to the point. McCrimmon keeping it in. It bounces to the far side. Gardner into the corner. It's Bobby Smith. Smith out into the slot. There's nobody there. There's a quick shot taken by Gardner. Behind the net now. It's Walter. Walter takes it away from the man. Gives it to Gritz. Out to Smith. And Smith got it right through everyone. And all the way down the ice. Bernhardt is out of his net, and he'll hold it there. For the defense as Brian Young is behind his own net. Young starting out. Young to his own blue line to center ice. Young flipping it in. Puck bounces off the back boards. Moving in is McCrimmon. McCrimmon keeping it in against the boards. Working it along the boards now. And Czechoslovakia coming out of its own end. Now Rusnak at center ice. Rusnak over the line. Rusnak being chased against the boards by Young. The puck is loose in there. And Ryan Walter covers up. Takes it behind the net. On this side for McCrimmon. McCrimmon coming out of his own end. To center ice, McCrimmon. McCrimmon crossing the red center line. He shoots it in. And after it in the corner there for Czechoslovakia, that's Motes. He clears it along the boards. Bobby Smith unable to come up with that puck. As Savozian clears it down into the Canada end. And Bernhardt just covers it up as one of the Czechoslovakian forwards was right in on top of him and is called for another face-off.
Well, really, the Czechoslovakian forward Fritzer that was in there early just gave a little stop with his skates and put the little spray up into Bernhardt. Of course, Team Canada defenseman Young took a little exception to that, gave a little shot.
So Team Canada has the line of Patterson, Vaive, and Дейли out there from the face-off now. Cutting through the face-off circle and trying to control it was Vaive, but it goes behind the net. Rэмedž throwing it in front of his own net. Marsh out to the blue line. Can't get it out. Rэмedž has it again. Rэмedž to Marsh. Marsh in his own end. Czechoslovakia doing a very effective forechecking job. Ahead now at center ice. And it goes right by Vaive. Now over the line. And cutting in now is Patterson, who was just poked away from him by Motes. Back out at center ice. Rэмedž stick handling his way through some traffic and then shooting it in. And back to get it is Kadlec for Czechoslovakia. Around the boards on this side, Fritcher can't get it out, but now he has it out at center ice. Fritcher splitting the defense, trying to go in, and he's pulled down. Penalty will be called against Team Canada as Rэмedž picks it up in the corner, and the second penalty of the game, and the second penalty also against Team Canada as Fritcher just split the defense, and that's when you just have to call a good penalty simply because that Fritcher got free, he'd have been in alone.
Well, Team Canada may have been a little fortunate. It may have been called a penalty shot because the Czechoslovakian player, here he is streaking to the net. There's no one between him and the net. And here we have him being pulled down by Rэмedž. And Czechoslovakian players actually went to the official after the play and were claiming the penalty shot. But in a tight hockey game like this, it's very, very difficult for an official, unless he's absolutely clear going to the net, to award a penalty shot to any team.
So Rэмedž in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Canada is trailing in this game by a 2-1 margin. And watch out if Czechoslovakia scores yet another goal on this one. It's going to be very difficult. The tight nature of this game to come from behind, but right now they're playing a man short. They have the penalty killers out there, and that includes Stan Smil, Willie Huber, also Ryan Walter, and Craig Hartsburg on the power play. Hrdina fails to get the draw as it's won there by Smil, and it's golfed down the ice. Now cleared against the boards. Cleared to the side of the net. Back to get it is Hrdina behind his own net. Forechecking number 11 there is Smil, but it's cleared out to center ice for Zalder. Zalder's over the line. Zalder taking a shot, and it's gloved by Bernhardt. He'll hold on. It killed out 22 seconds of the penalty. The face-off will be inside the Team Canada end.
Well, Team Canada has just done an exceptional job of killing penalties, especially with their forwards. They're not just turning and picking up their wings. They're going in aggressively on the Czechoslovakian team, forechecking very, very hard, trying to bottle up the Czechoslovakian team in their own zone, not letting them get the puck into the neutral zone and over the Team Canada blue line.
From the face-off, golfed down the ice once again by Hartsburg. Brabak way out of his net. He leaves it at the side of the net for Czerny. Czerny, in turn, leaves it for Waichner. Waichner on the far side now. Waichner going up the boards. Beats it rink wide. Bezak over the line. He's checked by Hartsburg. It's still inside the zone. Hartsburg finding the hole. And he shoots it down the ice once again. 1:14 remaining in the penalty. Czerny. Czerny behind his own net. Canada playing a man short and trailing in this game 2-1. Number 24 is Waichner. Waichner leading the rush again to center ice. Waichner to the line. He shoots it into the corner. It bounces out to Bernhardt. He holds it again with 58 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Well, we had a little shoving in the corner and a little frustration. The Team Canada forecheckers and going in deep. The Czechoslovakian team are like running guards when the forward picks up the puck in their own zone, trying to run interference, or as they call it, picking and blocking, trying to give that puck carrier enough room to bring the puck out of their own zone. And of course, this is frustrating to Canadian players. We would think that's interference, but it's accepted in international play. And this is a basic technique of the Czechoslovakian team. They like to pick and screen when they're bringing the puck out of their own zone.
Ryan Walter will be facing off against Weissman, Andre Weissman for Czechoslovakia. It's back out to the point. Kodlets beating at the side of the net. They roll it in front. It's intercepted, and once again, Team Canada clearing it out to center ice. Bobby Smith. Smith down the board, trying to get past Moats, and it's cleared back to the Canadian blue line. McCrimmon over to this side for Marsh. Marsh shoots it into the Czechoslovakian end. 37 seconds remaining in the penalty. And it's called, and there's going to be a penalty. So Czechoslovakia will play a man short. This is Junior World Cup hockey on CTV. Slashing the call. They'll play even for 35 seconds. Canada will have a power play barring a goal or further penalties for a minute 25 seconds. As going in now on the goal and just trying to circle around the defense there was Weissman. Now inside Team Canada territory. Puck is cleared across the goal mouth. And back to get it is Bobby Smith. Smith cutting in front of his own net. Here he comes. Bobby Smith to center ice. Smith leading the rush. Over the line now. Smith still with that puck, trying to circle the defense. Smith rolling it out of the slot, getting set a shot, and it's just wide of the net. Fraser getting it. He gets it back again. Out to the point. Marsh shooting it rink wide. Smith going after it in the far corner. Smith into the corner. Team Canada now has the man advantage. Smith back out to the point. Marsh keeping it in. Here's the shot. A good save there by the Czechoslovakian goaltender. McCrimmon. McCrimmon circling away from a check. McCrimmon out in front. Gretzky scores! Tied it up on a goal by Wayne Gretzky. They argue, I think, that there was a man in the crease. But a misconduct has been handed out, and let's get the replay.
Well, McCrimmon really makes a good play here, turning, taking his time, throwing it right out to Gretzky, who's in the slot, and you can't leave that man alone inside the slot, and he shoots all in one motion. Here we see the goaltender, the Czechoslovakian players are claiming the Team Canada player was in the crease, actually went through the top of the crease as the shot came, but he was being forced in there by a Czechoslovakian defender, and of course that's permissible if he's pushed in there by a defender, but the Czechoslovakian player has picked up the misconduct for protesting too vigorously that the man was in the crease, but actually was held there. He's putting him in the box now.
Well, there's Dr. Ladislav Horsky, and he's going to send a man to the penalty box for the misconduct, and there he goes. Another piece of votes. So here's the announcement.
This is number 34, Brad McCrimmon, and number 22, Brad Marsh, at 10 minutes, 50 seconds.
Well, we've got a 2-2 tie. Canada. There's the announcement of misconduct.
Ladislav Svozil. Correction au numéro 12, Ladislav Svozil.
Well, in protest, I suppose, Dr. Horsky a little slow sending his men out, but we're all set now. But a great play there by McCrimmon that set that one up in the slot. And we're set to go as the Gretzky line will remain out there. 9:10 left in the second period, and now you're beginning to hear, "Go, Canada, go." I think that's the first time we've heard that this tournament.
Well, things are warming up a little here in the fourth with the score 2-2. That goal, I'm sure, has sparked Team Canada.
Yeah, right off the face-off, an icing call, and we'll bring it back into the Czechoslovakian end for the face-off. So Wayne Gretzky, who's been tied up completely in this hockey game, really, finally comes through on the power play when he get a little opportunity, and he really has had no room in this game at all, or this game or the game against the Soviets. They have really been looking at him, and on the power play, they got him alone in that slot, and he put it in. On the face-off, here's the shot by Babic, and he partially fanned on that one. And Czechoslovakia coming back out. Zalder at center ice, over the line now, drops it back. Radina gets the shot away, goes after it, throws it to the side of the net. Zalder trying to get loose. Then work it out in front. Skaletsky keeps it in. It's still inside the zone. Skaletsky on the backhand getting set a shot. And it's cleared away by Hartsburg very alertly. Behind the net now, they roll it out in front. Here's a shot, and that one is blocked at the defense. And it's McKechnie. McKechnie at center ice, clearing it ahead. Over the line comes Babic, and it's hooked out to center ice once again. At center ice, Hrdina coming back to the line now. Hrdina dropping it into the slot. There's nobody there. And here comes Canada, 2-on-1. McKechnie along with Gretzky over the line. McKechnie to Gretzky. In front, he shoots. Oh, did they score? No. Great save there by Hrabek, who hangs on. What a play.
Well, McKechnie, wow, that big winger, he and Babic are two good wingers. We're really impressed line. There you see Wayne Gretzky going to the box. He just came within inches of scoring. But here we have Gretzky moving down into the zone. McKechnie gets the puck later. Here he is coming back to begin with. They haven't got possession. The puck comes loose. Here we have he and McKechnie coming up, a 2-on-1. We have Gretzky, the free man, on the right-hand side. McKechnie gets the puck over. He takes the pass, really, off of his shin pad. It comes in front of him, but he's still got his shot away. And the puck was just stopped by the Czechoslovakian goaltender. Came within inches of Team Canada going ahead.
2-2 tie. 8:13 remaining in the period. Is down the ice now for Czechoslovakia over the line and offside on the play. And it'll be brought back out for a face-off at center ice. Now a 2-2 tie, 8-10, and things are opening up a bit now. Shots on goal, 18-16. Gretzky has the goal for Canada in this period. It's from the face-off. It's back inside the Team Canada zone once again. McCrimmon coming out from behind his own net. Gets the pass back again at center ice. Feeding it over the line. Now it rolls deep into the Czechoslovakian end. No icing on the play as Czerny, number 9. There's it in front of his own net. Czerny gets it again. Czerny circling back now as Tambellini's forechecking. Czerny clearing it straight up ice now. Waichner at center ice. Can't control it. It's cleared back in again. And at the side of his net, that's Hrabek. Clearing it right in front. Tambellini shoots. Oh, what a save. Hrabek just robbed. There's the story, a 2-2 tie. 7:34 remaining in the second period. And facing off, it is Rusnak. And here's Bobby Smith with a shot that went into the crowd. Winning the draw there was Ryan Uolter. Boy, what an opportunity that Tambellini had.
Well, again, the Czechoslovakian defenders, Urban, number 10, taking the puck in the corner. He just threw it blind right in front of his own net. And Tambellini was there and shot all in one motion, but a good stop by the Czechoslovakian goaltender.
Well, the face-off now bounces into the corner. That's Gardner after it. Gardner to Smith behind the net. Smith now looking for a man out in front. Gets it out to the blue line. Rэмedж. It hopped over his stick. Rэмedj has to circle back. Clears it rink wide. And it's Marsh. Marsh back to Rэмedj. Rэмedj at center ice. Gardner trying to get loose, but he is checked by Andres. And now to the blue line for Czechoslovakia, Rusnak. Rusnak is tied up. Getting a shot here, and a good pad save there as the shot was taken by Krejčovic. Now Czechoslovakia, or at least Canada. Bobby Smith ahead. Splitting the defense now, going in his right. Uolter, he's pulled down from behind. And there will be a penalty called against Czechoslovakia. Brian Uolter had the defense beaten.
Well, a great pass by Bobby Smith to put him in the clear. There we see Dr. Horschke. I'm sure he's getting a little concerned. His team was out in front at the beginning of this period, and now it's a tie score, and his team looks to be sagging a little bit with Team Canada coming on. But a great pass by Bobby Smith. Here we have Czechoslovakian last defender just dumping Ryan Uolter when he was all by himself. He was trying to come to his forehand to put the puck over the goaltender, but he didn't have enough room. Czechoslovakian defender did dump him, and he gets the 2 minutes.
Player wearing the C in the penalty box is Zavozil. He's serving that 10-minute misconduct. And now joining him. So Krejcovic is in there now to join him. We'll get the announcement.
Czechoslovakia's penalty, number 22, Esben Trajovic. 2 minutes for tripping at 13 minutes, 9 seconds.
Here's Rэмedž with a shot right on the rebound, and it nearly came to Gretzky, who was parked in front of that net. Back out to the point. All right, Hartsburg feeding it along the boards. Babbage circling away from the checking of Czerny. Now here's Gretzky out in front, and tied up on the play was McKechnie. Over the far side, Rэмedž. In for Gretzky. Gretzky right in front of the net. It's intercepted. Gretzky gets it again. And then it rolls to the boards on the far side. Rэмedž shooting it behind the net. And it's Gretzky behind the net now. Gretzky working it out in front. He rolled it into the slot, and a big scramble for it. It's clear to the blue line. Hartsburg around the net to the far side. Babbage against the boards. Number 20. Team Canada on the power play. Babbage in behind for Gretzky. Gretzky behind that net. Babbage is out in front. He rolled it into the goal mouth. Still there. The referee had lost sight of it, and he called it for a face-off.
Well, that's right, Ron. Really, the puck was loose, and Tony McKechnie was standing right off the crease and would have had a great opportunity. But the referee, being on the goal line where he should be, lost sight of that puck in the melee in front of the net, and of course blew the whistle to kill the play. But again, that Gretzky line controlling the puck, coming within inches of putting Team Canada ahead in this game. Here the puck is coming loose, and the Czechoslovakian defenders trying to get on top. It actually did come loose and out from under them, with McKechnie getting the opportunity, but the referee did blow his whistle.
Well, one of those rare occasions in this tournament where we've seen a point man other than a defenseman on a power play, as Bobby Smith has been moved back to left point now. And they have a forward line of Ryan Uolter, along with Gardner, and playing the left wing on the line is Patrick Дейли. On the face-off, it's back to Bobby Smith. Smith getting set, feeds it to the side of the net now. Дейli back out to Smith. Smith moving into the area in the middle of the net. Now feeds it to the far side. Huber having trouble with it, is poked away from him out to center ice. Huber turning with it. Huber down on one knee, feeds it ahead now. Uolter having trouble with it, controls it, feeds it back to Bobby Smith. 49 seconds left in the penalty. Huber outside his own blue line at center ice, shoots it in, bounces off the back boards, fed out in front of the net as the goaltender nearly gave that one away, and now it's fed down the ice, and Bobby Smith will go back for it. Smith behind his own net. Smith starting out now. Smith to the blue line to center ice. Smith ahead as down went Gardner on the play. After it is Uolter. It's called on the icing. And back into Team Canada territory for a face-off with 23 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Well, Mike Gardner was a little upset there. He was breaking free when that pass came, and the winger, the Czechoslovakian winger, back-checking on him, really gave him a little dump, and he fell down, and Mike Gardner is a little upset, not with himself, but what he felt should be an interference call, and the Czechoslovakian player was just hanging on him like there was no tomorrow, not trying to give him that opening in the neutral zone.
So Ryan Uolter will take the draw in Team Canada territory from Czerny. 2-2 tie, 5:14 left in the period. And we're set to go. As from the face-off, it comes back to the blue line. Andre's keeping it in. Clear to the area in front of the net. And starting out now is Brad Marsh at center ice. Clears it over the line off the stick of Gardner. Gardner goes deep after it. Clears it around the net. Smith chasing it in the corner. Tried to get it out to the point. Unable to as it's intercepted. And Calder at center ice for Czerny. He takes a long shot. Bernhardt leaving it there, and he hangs on with 1 second left in the penalty. So Czechoslovakia has successfully killed this one, as the face-off will be in the Team Canada end. There's Tim Bernhardt. Canada out shooting Czechoslovakia by a 20-16 margin with 4:52 left in the second period, a 2-2 tie. And from the face-off, it's Tambellini. dropping it into the corner. Marsh having trouble controlling it in there. Tambolini comes out now. Teams are at full strength. Tambolini at center ice. Tambolini still with that puck, but he had it poked away from him by Andres. And coming right back now. Down the right side, Штястны. Штястны getting a shot away. Gloved by Bernhard. He'll hang on. And another face-off in the Team Canada end.
Well, Bernhard, like the Czechoslovakian goaltender, now is hanging on to that puck. Actually, he has a little adjustment to make on his equipment. Maybe that's why he killed the play so quickly. There we have the referee going and fixing up his brace rather than having him go to the bench. But I guess that's why he killed the play so quickly. He felt that his
pants were going to fall down.
Well, that would be very embarrassing at the Montreal Forum.
When we get through all of that, the face-off will be to Bernhardt's left in the Team Canada end. 4:33 left now. Vaiv and Gretzky have the goals for Team Canada. A reminder that following this telecast, we'll be joining Wide World of Sports, our usual Saturday afternoon feature on CTV. And tomorrow afternoon, immediately following the AFC Championship game between Oakland and Denver, we'll be joining Team Canada versus Sweden in Canada only. Of course, we are hooked up with the PBS network in the United States for the telecast of this game. It's from the face-off. Out to center ice now, leading the rush is Fraser. Fraser to the line. They try to roll it in front, and it's intercepted by the defense of Czechoslovakia. And back comes Штястны over the line, and his shot is blocked. Marsh didn't keep track of it. Now it's Andres shooting, and he drifted it just wide of the net. And the puck is poked away by Rэмedž into the corner. Smil behind the net, put it right on the stick of a Czechoslovakian player. It ends up in the corner as Kurt Fraser's after it. Fraser ahead. Tambolini. Fraser again. Fraser just one-handing that puck to center ice and just couldn't control it as he was fighting off a check there, and it's back over the line. Штястны taking a shot. He's wide. Smil on the far boards. Smil along the boards, out to center ice, and Tambolini couldn't knock the side of the net. Willie Huber controlling it inside his own zone. Huber behind his own net. For Team Canada, member of the Hamilton Finn Cups. Feeds it off to the right side. At center ice, it's Patterson. Patterson shooting it into Czechoslovakian territory. It's in the corner. Czechoslovakia trying to get it out of their own end. Cleared around the boards. Motes on the far side. Let it go right out to Jasko. He loses it. Huber takes a shot. It dribbles wide of the net. Into the corner. After it there is Patrick Дейли, and it's cleared down the ice, a race for the puck. After it also is Rusnak, but it's called on the icing, and with 3:06 remaining in the second period, back to the Czechoslovakian end for a face-off. One thing I've noticed in this game, Canada seemed to take it away from Czechoslovakia, offensively at least, in the middle part of this period, but it's gone back to that tight checking again, Tom.
Well, with the score 2-2, and I think that Horschke, the Czechoslovakian coach, has been telling his players to slow the play down, get as many draws as you can. Anytime we get a quick change, don't get caught out there too tired. He's just trying to slow things down so that his team doesn't get a little upset and make too many mistakes when Team Canada came to control the period.
From the face-off now, here's McKechnie with a shot. Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky trying to get it out in front. He was tied up from behind. Czechoslovakia's Weissman coming to center ice. A long lead pass. Hartsburg intercepting. Hartsburg, good move as he got away for some forechecking. Hartsburg to the line now. Hartsburg still has it. Trying to roll it in front. McKechnie keeps it in. He bats it into the corner. After it for Czechoslovakia, that's Kotlets. Kotlets behind the net on the far side for Motes. Motes along the boards. They clear it out to center ice. It goes off the stick of Fritzer deep into the Team Canada end, and it's called on the icing as Hartsburg went after it along with Fritzer. And we'll have another face-off in the Czechoslovakian end.
I wonder how many icings we've had in this hockey game. We've had an awful lot, and I feel that it's really slowed the game down and the pace at certain points. Of course, it is part of the Czechoslovakian play, looking for that long pass, but really it's taken a little away from the hockey game when they've had so many plays, especially the Czechoslovakian team icing it not only to get a change of players, but in trying to get that long breakaway pass, which they haven't been too successful in completing today.
Well, we just got the word from downstairs, the official word from Ralph Abraham, Ed Marcel, and the truck is too many face-offs. Reset camera positions all afternoon here. The face-off will be to the right of the Czechoslovakian goal for Team Canada. That's Ryan Walter, number 14, facing off against Jussi Hrdina. From the face-off, there's a shot. It drifts wide of the net. Moving in now is Rэмedž. His shot dribbles right to the goal mouth, and it's batted off the boards. Czechoslovakia trying to control inside their own end. Uolter against the boards, kicks it out to the point. It's kept in and bounced in front of the net and kicked out to center ice by Shkalitsky. Shkalitsky, number 7, ducking a check. Good move there as he cleared it into the Team Canada zone. And it's Rэмedж, number 12, off the stick of Uolter. Back for Shkalitsky. Shkalitsky put it right on to the far boards for Andres. Back to Shkalitsky on this side. And it goes back to the blue line of Team Canada. Moving out. A bad pass there by Brad Marsh. Coming right back in over the blue line now is Czerny. Czerny trying to work in front of the net. Rэмedj unable to control it. Marsh goes behind the net, goes into the corner after it. Hrdina out to the blue line. Shkalitsky keeping it in, but Bobby Smith has it. Smith clearing it across in front of his own net for Rэмedj. Rэмedj on the far boards. Up to center ice, clearing it in. Smith is going in after it. Smith cutting to the side of the net, rolled it out in front. Nobody there to put his stick on it. Now here's a shot by Marsh. It's right in front of the net and loose. And the puck is battered away by Czechoslovakia. We'll have another icing call as Hrdina lobbed it down the ice. 1:12 remaining in the period. A 2-2 tie.
Well, too many +1, and maybe we should start counting them to see how many there's, because it's like I'm sure that there has to have been perhaps a dozen times in this period and many, many times in the first period where the Czechoslovakian team has been called for icing the puck, and really it is spoiling what could be a very good hockey game.
It's an interesting note from our statistician here. Canada face-offs in the Czechoslovakian zone. Canada has won 21 out of 24. And you don't like to have that kind of thing happen to you. And you maybe when you see that kind of a statistic, you wouldn't ice the puck as much as you do. I don't know whether Dr. Horsky realizes just how much success, and Canada again has controlled it as they pinned it deep in against the boards. And once again, we'll have another face-off with 1:03 left.
Well, one of the things, not the Czechoslovakian center that we have out there now, but many of their face-off men like to reverse their lower hand. That is to say, they feel they get more leverage to draw it back. And this gives Team Canada an idea of what the opposition face-off man is going to do with the puck. He can only pull it backwards, and I feel this is a poor fundamental.
Well, from the face-off again, Czechoslovakia this time wins the draws, bringing it out to Штястны at center ice. Down over the line to Vaichner. Vaichner clearing it in. Here's a chance now for Bezak. He took a shot. And that had the crowd buzzing as Babic tried to control it against the far boards. Behind the net now, Vaichner. He ties up Hartsburg. That drew a roar from the crowd. Hartsburg, number 4, with the puck behind the net. From the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, Hartsburg clearing it up for Patterson. Patterson at center ice, stick handling. He's chased in against the boards, but the puck rolls free, and it's cleared over the line by Дейли, but only to be sent right back to center ice again with 27 seconds left in the period. Canada has never led in this hockey game as it's cleared over 2 lines. And we'll have another face-off 2 or 3 feet inside the Czech blue line.
Well, I've been impressed all tournament with Team Canada's discipline. They haven't got too excited. They haven't taken bad penalties. And I notice that now they're getting a little frustrated, I think, with Czechoslovakia's deliberate attempts to continue to slow down the hockey game, get many, many face-offs, just keep things as sort of quiet as they possibly can, and it's frustrating Team Canada a little bit, and hopefully it won't draw them into some foolish penalties.
From the face-off now, puck outside the blue line, and it's Jasko over the line. Jasko giving it there for Krajčovic. Krajčovic takes a shot. It's off the glove of Bernard. He just reaches behind and covers that one up. With 15 seconds left now, it remains a 2-2 tie. During our second intermission, Bill Stevenson will be speaking with Brad McCrimmon of the Brandon Wheat Kings. McCrimmon, number 34 for Team Canada. Fine defensive prospect is from the faceoff. Moats keeps it in. Puck is still loose inside the zone with 6 seconds remaining. It bounces to the goal mouth, and again Bernard will hold it. And again a faceoff to the right of the Team Canada goal.
Well, here we have the situation. 3 seconds left to face off in the offensive zone. Do you take your goal or out? 3 seconds, maybe the offensive team can get an opportunity on goal, but in 3 seconds it would be very difficult to win the draw and ice the puck. 60 miles an hour is 88 feet per second.
Sounds like you've figured this all out, Tom. If it ever worked for you. On the face-off now, they don't even win the draw, so that'll do it. So, A 2-2 tie as they again divide the goals in the period. And again, Tom, some tight defensive play with the exception for perhaps 5 or 7 minutes of that period when Canada seemed to take it to Czechoslovakia a little bit.
Yes, well, as you did say, in their...
Got that good pass from MacKrimmon in the slot. Marsh also assisted at 10:50. And it is a 2-2 tie. Canada has never led in this hockey game, and we'll see if they can get the jump on Czechoslovakia early on here. And it could be very difficult if Czechoslovakia were to score very early on in this period, because Canada just had a great deal of difficulty scoring against a very, very tight checking operation that Czechoslovakia has put on in this game.
One interesting point, and I know Freddie Shiro does this a few times too. There was still almost 2 minutes left on the clock here in the form remaining in the intermission, but the Czechoslovakian team came back out on the ice early, got a little loose, were just skating, and sometimes the Philadelphia Flyers do that. They like to get loose a little early rather than sitting in maybe a dressing room which is a little too warm. And in both the intermissions we've had today, the Czech team has been out very early on the ice and has skated vigorously before the beginning of the period.
Face-off will be at center ice. And it'll be the line for Team Canada of Ryan Walter, Mike Gardner, and Bobby Smith. Facing off against Walter is Weissman, is from the face-off now. Czechoslovakia controlling. And it's cleared against the boards. Still trying to control it there is Bezak, number 21. And poking it deep into the Czech zone is Smith. Smith goes in after that puck, but it rolls loose, and turning with it is Fritzer. Fritzer loses it to Smith. It's cleared to the blue line, not out. Rэмedж getting set. Here's a shot. Right on the rebound. They score! Bobby Smith on the rebound. Canada has the lead for the first time, 3-2. And the Team Canada bench is emptying to congratulate Bobby Smith. To a man.
The play here, we have Rэмedž just trapping the puck inside the point. His original stop or shot. There's the first stop. There's the second stop coming off Ryan Walter. And of course, when you get the third shot, Bobby Smith coming in and lifting the rebound. Here we have the stop. They're just inside the blue line by Rэмedž. Here we have the original shot. The goaltender stops it. Ryan Walter on his doorstep on the box. And there we have Bobby Smith coming in late to put the puck over top. But you can't give a team 3 opportunities at the goal. The goaltender really had no opportunity to stop the puck on the third shot.
24 seconds into the period as play is underway, and back in the Team Canada zone. That's Ryan Walter throwing a tough check in there, and the loose puck comes to Hubert. Hubert behind the net, 3-2, Canada leading for the first time in this hockey game now. And coming out of his own end is Bobby Smith once again. Working to the line, he's spun around, and the puck is cleared to the board. Smith one-hands it, just wristed it in over the blue line. Walter clearing it out to center ice once again, and Hubert has it. Hubert to the far side. Clear to the boards, to the blue line, and in over the line. Walter getting it in against the boards. Walter to Smith behind the net. Smith leaves it for Gardner. Gardner out for Walter. He takes a shot. He hit the side of the net with it. Walter goes after it again, but it's cleared away. And Czechoslovakia coming out of their own end now. Zolder taking a long shot off the pad of Bernhardt. It's cleared in against the boards. They push it in there, and pinning it in, it is Ryan Walter. It's held for a face-off.
Well, of course, scoring so early, whoops, a little bit of shoving going on there, but of course, scoring so early in the third period in a 2-all game and a very important game for Team Canada, that really gives the team a lift and a little zip. But this is what Team Canada, I think, has needed throughout the game. They played well, they played confidently, but they just need that little bit of extra to get them going. And I think if they score the next goal here, we might see them get 3 or 4 more.
On the face-off now, Czechoslovakia trying to clear it out in front. It's cleared right back off Babbage's stick to the goaltender, Tim Bernhardt. He holds, and another face-off. Face-off will be to the right of the Team Canada goal. The Gretzky line out there now with Babbage and Kegney. On the face-off now, cleared into the corner. Rэмedž, who's played an excellent game for Team Canada, has had a lot of shots on goal from the point. He's the one that started what has been the go-ahead goal for Team Canada. Cleared to the line. Gretzky was offside in any case, so he couldn't have touched that puck, and then it's cleared offside into the Team Canada zone, and another face-off And this one will take place outside the Team Canada line.
Well, actually, there was another example. Marsh really forced the pass. The Team Canada offensive man at the blue line was not really in a good position to take the puck, but he looked like he might try and get the puck at the blue line. And Team Canada throughout the game have just forced their passes a little too quickly, and when the man was not quite in the clear, and many times it's resulted in a poor pass being made.
We mentioned Rэмedj. He had 3 shots on goal in that second period. And been very good on the defense for Team Canada in this game. As has, may I say, Brad Marsh, his defensive partner. Here's Gretzky making a check in the center ice area and feeding it into the Czechoslovakian end. Number 6 is Andres, deep in his own end. Head around the boards, Rusnak along the boards, kept in by Gretzky. But now Czechoslovakia coming out of their own end. At center ice, number 26 is Shashko over the line. And Babic rides him against the boards. Kicks it along the boards. Gretzky starting out. Gretzky for Team Canada. Gretzky ahead. Marsh feeds it off the boards. Could be icing here. It's called, and it'll be back into Team Canada territory. There's Ernie McLean behind the bench. I don't know whether he looks a little more relaxed or not. 3-2 lead against a team like Czechoslovakia, and the way they're playing perhaps is just a tenuous lead. In fact, I would have to say it's a tenuous lead at best. At center ice now, Uolter clearing it in. He heads for the bench himself. The puck rolls to the goaltender. He controls it outside his crease and holds it for a face-off. So Team Canada's made a change now on the forward lines as they've got Rick Patterson out there along with Vaiv and Дейли.
Well, another thing that early goal may do for Team Canada may force the Czechoslovakian team to open up and bring the puck to Team Canada rather than simply icing the puck and trying to hold on.
From the face-off, they'll do that all over again as breaking into the face-off circle with Sabozia. And a little tactics being discussed between Rick Patterson and Patrick Дейli as from the face-off. Willie Huber keeps it into the far side. Дейli going after it against the boards. Clears it to the side of the Czechoslovakian net. Moats there. Clears it straight up ice. Goes right through the legs of Weissman all the way down the ice. And yet another face-off down in the Czechoslovakian end. As again, they look for that quick break. He just simply could not knock it down. Weissman did between his legs at center ice.
Well, I have to be a little critical of the Czechoslovakian tactics at this point. They've tried all day long to get that long pass. It hasn't worked. It's resulted in a great many icings. They've been losing the puck from the draw. Maybe there's another way to get the puck out of your own zone rather than the long pass.
Well, they played that for years and were successful with it for years in international competition, but I don't know whether it works against this kind of opposition. This from the face-off now. They're over the line, getting set. There's a shot, the rebound, and kicking away at it is Bernhardt. He made 2 good saves on that one as Weissman was right in on top of him. Pinned against the boards. Huber holding it in there, and the face-off will be to the right as Tim Bernhardt, the goaltender from the Cornwall Royals, a Sarnia native, made 2 good saves there on Weissman. There's the Team Canada benches. Climbing into the players' bench there is Rick Vaiv, number 23. Tambolini out there now, along with Smil and Kurt Fraser from the face-off. In against the boards. Scramble for it, trying to get loose. Number 17 is Czerny, and it's Tambolini behind his own net. Tambolini starting up on the left side, clears it out to center ice. And Fraser just relays that down to the blue line. Now Smil trying to get it over the line. Czechoslovakia brings it in themselves. Hrdina coming back to center ice. Hrdina still with that puck. Hrdina to the line. And it's hooked away from him and fired right back out to center ice by Brian Young. Back at the line, Skalitsky. Skalitsky shooting it up ice. Again, the icing. We're keeping track of the icings in this period. I don't know whether we're going to see as many as we saw in the first 2 periods because of the fact that Team Canada has the lead, but it will be a statistic we'll have track of and keep track of throughout this period.
Well, that's the 3rd or 4th in the first 4 minutes of this first half of the 3rd period, and so that's almost 1 a minute.
As we mentioned, in international play, I think most of you are familiar out in our audience across the CTV network, the teams will change in. At the end of 10 minutes of play, there's a shot from the point by Huber. It's loose in front. And down to make the save is Rubach, and he hangs on. He's made a couple of good saves in this hockey game.
Well, here we have the puck at the point again. No one chasing him. Willie Huber has enough time to shoot the puck. It's a little high. There we have the goaltender losing the puck. Drop. There's Ryan Walter. Whoops. Ryan Walter almost has it by him. The goaltender is able to sit on it, smother it, get the face-off.
Trying to come out of his own end. That was Штястны. He was stopped on the play. It's still loose at center ice. Making a good check is Smith over the line. He gets it to Uolter. Uolter in front. Oh, what a chance for Gardtner, and he just couldn't deflect it. There's the shot, and the goaltender didn't see it. He hit the side of the net. Now it's Bezak in the corner. Bezak flipping it out to the blue line. The point men were back as they expected the Czechoslovakians to start a rush. Hartsburg now at his own blue line fires it down into the Czechoslovakian end, and Canada will be called for icing.
Well, maybe we've been watching them too much. But no, really, that was just an example of Team Canada trying to get that forward pass, head-manning the puck, and the pass went a little astray. But certainly Team Canada hasn't iced the puck nearly as much as the Czechoslovakian team.
There's Dr. Ladislav Orski. I must say he has done a good job of getting his team up for this game. He told us before the game that his team was loose, they had nothing to lose, and they played it. It's a team that really was very relaxed and very committed to its game plan, and it's been a pretty successful one. It has been through 2 periods in 24 seconds before Bobby Smith had put Canada in front 3-2. We'll see if they can come back. It's from the face-off now. In the corner, it's Rэмedž. Rэмedž clearing it off the stick of Gretzky to center ice. Šaško clearing it up ice, and it's cleared right back into the Czechoslovakian end, and back to get it is Andres. Andres clearing it over for Rusnak. Rusnak cutting in front of his own net to center ice. Over to the left wing, and it's Šaško going into the corner, and Rэмedž has it. Rэмedž overskates the puck, reaches back for it, kicks it into the corner. Babic will go after it. Babic ducks away from the check there of Rusnak. Babic to his own blue line to center ice. Babic trying to feed it ahead, and it went off a leg, coming right back in over the line is Rusnak. Rusnak with nobody to feed it back to, and it's taken away from him into the corner for Šaško. Šaško tied up. Gretzky in the corner. They try to clear it away. It goes into a tangle down there with, I think, Rэмedž down on top of the puck, and it's called for a face-off in Team Canada territory.
Well, not only is that line of Gretzky, Babic, and McKechnie a very good offensive line, but I'm impressed with the way Babic comes back with his winger. He comes back all the way to the net, and he's very aggressive, plays the man's body the whole time. And, of course, there's Ernie McLean, and that's the type of hockey he likes his players play. He likes them to play the man, and they're doing a very good job. The defensemen are hitting more today, I think, than they did in the last game against the Soviets, but they're following through on their checks a little more today.
So it'll be Rick Patterson facing off against Andre Weissman from the face-off. Moving into the face-off circle, trying to poke it free there is Vaive. He got loose for a moment, and now it's Huber that covers up. Huber trying to wheel with that bucket, rolled off the end of his stick, and moving into cover up there is Patterson. Patterson behind his net. Patterson starting out to center ice. Patterson still with that puck, sweeping around the defense. Patterson getting all alone in front of the net. Oh, what a save by Robick, and he goes down and hangs on.
Well, Robick certainly had to come up with a great save. Patterson cutting wide. What is a very interesting point here is the way his winger took off early, came across, did a little screen at the opposition blue line, allowed Patterson to come right across. There's the goaltender going down, smothering. You see in the box there, smothering the puck, bringing it in close to his body, getting a little loose for him. There he's reaching for it with his stick, brings it into his body, smothers it with his hand.
On the face-off now, it's Huber at the point. Just flip shot in there, and right on top of the goaltender again. Looking for a rebound was Rick Vaive of the Sherbrooke Beavers of the Quebec Major Junior League. As Patterson showed a burst of speed there in 39 games in the Quebec Major Junior League this year. He has 36 goals and 46 assists. That's only 8th in the Quebec Major Junior League, but they score a lot of goals in that league. On the face-off, here's Huber getting set. There's a shot, and marked right in front of the net there was Patrick Дейли. Now in the corner, Дейли out in front, and it goes right by Vaive. Kept in, though. Team Canada putting the pressure on. Into the corner now. Down goes Vaive. Дейli in against the boards, and it's called for another face-off deep in the Czechoslovakian end.
When Patterson got his opportunity, it was Patrick Дейli that took off early, his winger, and when he got to the Czechoslovakian blue line, he straddled the line, came right along the line. He picked off one of the Czechoslovakian defenders who was standing up trying to check Patterson. That enabled Patterson to get a step and get around the last defender and in on the net to get the opportunity. But it was a good play by Patrick Дейли in allowing his center man to cut around wide and in on the net.
By the way, we're talking about the high-scoring lines. Correctly, line of Дейли, Patterson, and Vaive. Here's a face-off shot taken by Smil as the draw was won by Tambullini. Just to complete that thought, we said that Patterson had 36 goals in 39 games. Vaive in 38 games has 50 goals. He's sixth in the league in scoring. From the face-off now, Tambullini again winning the draw. It's back to the blue line. Here's a shot deflected right to the side of the net. Another shot. And they flip away at it. It's still loose in there. And finally, it's pinned against the netting by Andres. And they hold on once again. Canada getting the chances.
Well, here we have a look at the goaltender in the top square here. There he is trying to make the first one. Hits the side of the net. The rebound comes out. He has to make the save on the second one. Look at the box. Now he's down. Here we have the third try just against the side of the net with the goaltender down. Team Canada forward almost putting the puck over. But when you have to make those three stops 3 times beside the net as the winning or the leading goal, that third Canadian goal came, when you have to make those 3 stops, that's too tough on a goaltender.
And again, Tambullini wins the draw, rolls it front. Tambullini shoots. Oh, and he just missed the net. Had a wide open net to shoot at us. The puck goes behind the net again. To the point. McCrimmon keeping it in. In front of the net. It's still loose in there. Here's the backhand shot. That goes over top of the net. It's still loose in there. They try to roll it out in front. Out in front again. Hopped over a stick. After it now it is Young. Young clearing it to the other side. McCrimmon. And McCrimmon has stopped on the play. Calder coming back out to center ice. Calder over the line. One man back. He is pulled down. Ryan Young now with it. Tambullini leaving it there. They come out once again. Young with the puck. Ahead at center ice for Tambullini. Over the line. After it there is Fraser. Fraser losing that puck. It's backhanded to the blue line, but not out. Keeping it in is McCrimmon, but they come out to center ice once again. It's Salter at center ice, and he is chased off the puck. Now Team Canada once again. Tambullini dropping it off. Young off the boards on the far side. It's golfed right back in. And back together will be Brian Young. Good action here. Young behind his own net. Young still behind the net. Now starts out. Young over to the far boards. McCrimmon. McCrimmon partially overskated it. Ducked around a check. Tried to one-hand it. It did to the blue line of Czechoslovakia. And they cleared back to the blue line of Canada. Now ahead. Back together it is Bobby Smith as Team Canada changes on the fly. Team Canada controlling the play now as he clears it in. Going after it is Gardner as the Czechoslovakian goaltender cleared it right to Gardner, but it went through his legs. Czechoslovakia coming back out to center ice. Over the line now, it's Waichner. He takes a shot, and it's wide of the net. Cleared out to center ice once again. Czerny. 2 Moats on this side. Moats ahead for Bezak. Bezak over the line. It's cleared back out to center ice again. Штястны, long time between whistles here as it's cleared to the line. Over the line now comes Штястны. Штястны getting in front, and he takes a shot. It ends up in the crowd. With 1:46 remaining in the first half of the third period, Canada leads. On the face-off now, Czechoslovakia controlling. Штястны behind the net, being chased there. They roll it out in front, and down goes Bernhardt. He hangs on. Canada has really taken it to Czechoslovakia in this period. They have a shots on goal margin now of 32-21.
Here we have Штястны throwing it out in front from behind the net. The deflection comes loose. The Czechoslovakian player on the doorstep, but Bernhardt covers up. But Штяstny has looked strong when he's been out on the ice. In fact, that whole line has looked very, very good for Czechoslovakia.
Face-off will be to the left of the Team Canada goal. Team captain Ryan Uolter wins the draw. It's back to Hartsburg behind the net. Skating right by him is Uolter. He'll start the rush. Here comes Uolter to center ice. Uolter finding Smith on the far side, but it was intercepted by the back checkers and cleared back. Icing will be the call. The face-off will be in the Czechoslovakian zone with 1:25 left in the first half of this third period.
Well, again, I don't understand the Czechoslovakian team. The Czechoslovakian defender had the puck, possession of the puck at his blue line. The Czechoslovakian team likes to have possession, but maybe we're forgetting that they're 19-year-olds. They get a little excited. There's a little pressure on them, and they make plays like that. But there was no reason to throw the puck away so quickly.
On the face-off, there's a shot drifted into the corner. Bobby Smith fighting off a check. Smith trying to shovel it out in front, and finally it ends up at center ice. Back to get it is Willie Huber at his own blue line. Huber off the boards for Gardner. Goes deep into the Czechoslovakian zone. Icing the calls that came from the Canadian side of the red center line, and the faceoff will be deep in the Team Canada end. 1:07 left in this first half of the third period. 11 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game, and Canada is leading 3-2 on a goal by Bobby Smith here in the third period after they had twice come from behind. 1-goal deficits to tie.
Well, one person that certainly impressed me in this hockey game was Ryan Uolter. He had an assist on the last goal. He's won a great many draws. He's throwing some tremendous checks, and that's what you need from the captain.
From the faceoff, Czechoslovakia trying to control it inside their own zone. That was Uolter who made the check there. Less than a minute remaining now in the first half of the third period as Bobby Smith was spun around. Czechoslovakia comes right back. Here's a shot from center ice right on Bernhardt. And it's left at the side of the net. Huber, or rather Hartsburg. Hartsburg to Huber, past Huber to Uolter. Uolter at center ice. Uolter ducking through the defense, and he's unable to control it. Gardner gives it to Bobby Smith. Smith is over the line, fighting off a check now as he rolls it in front of the net, and finally he's just ridden in there by Czerny. And the puck is flipped out to center ice once again. Hartsburg for Smith. Smith is over the line. Smith hooking it back, trying to find Ryan Uolter, coming right back for Czechoslovakia. That's Samosiel. He takes a shot. It's blocked by Huber, and Hartsburg deep in his own end. Hartsburg chased off the puck. Fritzer in there. Hartsburg now will try to freeze it. Now kicks it along the boards. Still kicking it around the boards, and then flipping it into the corner for Gardner. Number 19 from the Niagara Falls Flyers. Mike Gardner. 1 second left. Gardner cutting in front of his own net. As the first half of the third period ends, Canada has taken a 3-2 lead. We'll be back. This is Junior World Cup Hockey on CTV. It's never easy. Craig Hartsburg right at the horn to signify the end of the first half of this period. Picked up a 2-minute slashing penalty. So Canada will start the last 10 minutes of this hockey game playing a man short. From the faceoff, Rэмedj deep in his own end, clearing it along the boards. Smil circling inside his own zone. It's taken away from him. Weissman leaving it there for Samosiel. Samosiel back to Moats, back to Weissman. Weissman against the boards. Weissman, as Canada's in the box, trying to find it right in front of the net, and losing sight of it momentarily was Bernhardt. But he caught it, put his glove on it, and holds it for the face-off. 1:38 left in the penalty.
Well, Weissman doing a very good job holding the puck in the corner, waiting, trying to throw the puck through. They like to, as the Soviets do, get that third forward across off the far side of the net, put the puck right through the zone, get the quick shot from the side. Team Canada's zone defense, their four-man box, is playing very, very tight, making it tough to throw that puck through.
On the face-off, Rэмedj, who's played very well for Team Canada in this game, fires it off the boards and down into the Czechoslovakian zone. Now behind the net, Cudlitz leaving it there for Weissman. Weissman circling, is checked there by Bobby Smith. Smith tried to get it out in front as Gardner was there, but he couldn't. Down goes Moats, and here comes Czechoslovakia to center ice. Fritzer over the line. Fritzer trying to clear it in front of the net, and Bobby Smith, or at least Gardner, intercepted that one, and then it's golfed down the ice by Smith. Moats at center ice. Cudlitz back in his own zone, back to Moats. Moats with Gardner in for checking, gives it to Cudlitz, who drops it off for Radina. Radina cutting in front of his own net to center ice. Radina leading the rush, gets around Gardner, still has that puck as he goes over the line, then dropped it off, intended for Calder. It's against the board. Smith clearing it out over the blue line to center ice. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Turning with it is Moats. Moats circling back to his own blue line, beats it ahead. Back for Radina. Radina cutting in front of his own net now. Ahead off the boards, intercepted by Gardner. Gardner had a man trapped inside the blue line. Bobby Smith had gone down on the play, so it's offside, but Team Canada gains a face-off with 25 seconds left in the penalty, just outside the Czechoslovakian blue line.
Well, Team Canada's forwards getting a great hand for the way they're killing the penalties, and they've done a good job all day today. Bobby Smith especially using his size. Ryan Uolter, Stan Smil. They've all done excellent jobs. Mike Gardner, another one. Their forwards are just buzzing and doing an excellent job in the Czechoslovakian zone.
From the face-off, Canada gets it back into the Czech end. Andres deep in the zone. Waichner on his way out of the zone, feeds it to center ice now, down the left board. Штястны going deep into Team Canada territory. He'll try and find a man out there, and he's chased right off the puck by Rэмedj. Cleared around the boards and bring it to center ice now. Long lead pass. down over the line, getting set. There's the shot taken by Brad Marsh. It hopped over the net. Smil still has it. Out to the blue line. Remmage getting set. The shot flips over top of the net. Smil against the boards. Out to the point. Kept in. Here's the shot. Just deflected wide. It rolls up over the glass, and the penalty is over. Team Canada successfully kills the penalty. And there's Dr. Ladislav Orski and his opposite number on the far side of the ice, Ernie Punch McLean of the New Westminster Bruins.
Well, it's very, very important at this point in the hockey game with 7 or 8 minutes left. When you can do a good job killing a penalty like that, that means that you can sit on that lead pretty well. And Team Canada is doing a very good job of defending this 1-goal lead.
Well, it's been an exciting afternoon here at the Montreal Forum as Team Canada, who had beaten this team 5-0 in exhibition play at 9-3, not having an easy time of it here when the chips are down. Czechoslovakia coming on with a very strong game plan. Cleared around the boards. Now that's Babbage. Gretzky breaking out too. There's a lead pass. Gretzky over the line. Gretzky cutting in for the net. Gretzky getting set in front for Babbage, and Babbage was tied up from behind. Babbage turning with it. Babbage trying to feed it into the corner. It's out to the point. Hartsburg keeping it, and he fed it deep in. Czechoslovakia, Andres out to center ice. Rusnak, he's turned on the play and against the boards. McKegney, rink wide, Babbage, and he tried to relay that to a breaking Wayne Gretzky, and it went up into a Czechoslovakian defender. Skalitsky inside his own blue line to the far side for Andres. Now it's controlled by Babbage. Babbage over the line, Gretzky getting set, he spun around as he tried to duck around the defender, and it rolls to the goal mouth, and Harabak hangs on for the face-off with 6:47 left in the hockey game.
Well, Team Canada, Ernie McLean making the quick changes now. And this is what he's been doing consistently throughout this tournament. When they've got that lead in the late stages of the hockey game, making the quick change, not letting the troops get too tired out there, and trying to defend the goal lead.
Well, they've got that Quebec Major Junior line out there now. Patterson, Daly, and Five on the face-off. Gets the boards on this side, moving in and making a good check along the boards. There was Daly. Here's a shot taken by Patterson. Five goes after it against the boards. He's pinned in there. It's still loose and covered up finally and held for a face-off to the left of the Czechoslovakian goal. 3-2 the score. Canada leading this team. Canada has won 10 out of 10 face-offs inside the Czechoslovakian end, but they failed to win that one as Moats now clears it out to center ice, knocked down by Brad Marsh. Marsh along the boards. He's ridden off the puck, tries to control it against the boards, still has it, and just shovels it along the boards. It's relayed into the Czechoslovakian end. Flipped in against the boards on the far side. Savozin, he clears it along the boards. And a rink-wide pass knocked down by Kodlets. He gets it to center ice. It's relayed by Fritzer deep into the Team Canada end. And Remmage is back there. Remmage from behind his own net. Coming to center ice. Rob Remmage from the London Knights of the OHA. Clearing it in. After it in there now, in deep is Vaiv. Vaiv along the boards. Cleared in front of the net and knocked down there by Kodlets. Cleared off to the side for Fritzer. Fritzer at center ice trying to get it ahead for Weissman. Back out at center ice again, it's Moats. Moats being checked on the play, double teamed on the play as both Vaiv and also Daly after him, and as Vaiv comes up with the puck. Vaiv, stick handling to the line, he's over the line, winds up, and his shot is off the stick of Weissman, behind the net now. After it in there is Daly. Daly takes the check, it's pinned in against the boards, and another face-off in the Czechoslovakian end. Well, there you see Patrick Daly heading for the players' bench. Daly with the Laval Nationals. He was not invited to the junior preliminary camp last August, but he has made this team during this training camp. They say one of the big reasons why his play has improved is just a gain of weight. He did some weight training in the off-season and picked up 15 pounds. Shown very much in his play. There's Tambellini winning yet another draw, and there's the shot from the point. And boy, I'll tell you, Tambellini's won more draws cleanly in this game. Right in, they score! Stan Smil deflected that one in, and Canada has taken a 4-2 lead.
box as Smil just gets a stick on it to deflect it high up over top. But again, the Czechoslovakian team throwing it away, nobody chasing the points as closely as they should be chasing them, and McCrimmon having enough time to shoot the puck, Smil being off the doorstep to deflect that puck up and in the net.
Dan Smil of the U.S. Misty Bruins. As the puck comes out to center ice now, cleared back into the Team Canada zone, turning with it Brian Young at center ice. Along the boards, we have 5 minutes left in this hockey game now. Canada leading by 2, and it's been an uphill struggle all the way against the boards now. It's Штястны. Штястны, as the player goes down, McCrimmon gets hit. Tambullini goes against the boards, and a little pushing and shoving as Tambullini, then McCrimmon, and then Brian Young, and the Czechoslovakian player there is Anton Штястны. And the face-off will be in the Team Canada end.
Well, we've had a few little shoving matches in this hockey game, but really we haven't had very many penalties. We haven't had much rough play throughout the whole tournament. It's just been excellent. It's been good, fast hockey.
We're going to get another angle on this goal. I think this went off 2 sticks.
But here we go. Here's that first. There the Czechoslovakian defender just throwing it loose. The puck is shot for the point. Tambullini may have got a stick on it on its way to the net, but Smil definitely got a stick on it just on the doorstep to put it high up over.
Just a great reaction by Smil in front of that net as he got the deflection, picked it out of the air, I think. And boy, what an important goal at this stage of proceedings. 4:49.
But there's one of the basic differences, I think, between European and Canadian hockey. Canadian hockey, we're very careful with the puck in our own zone. We like to make the sure pass. Whereas European hockey, they always like to get it going quickly, and they'll gamble by throwing that puck long.
It's all behind the net now. It's Andres around the boards, clearing it out to the point. Hartsburg keeping it in. It's loose in front. They shoot. And it went off a leg. As getting a shot away there was Uolter. Now it's cleared along the boards, out to center ice for Czechoslovakia. It's Krejčovic. He goes over the line, but Gартner's back there to check him. Dead deep into the Team Canada end. And coming behind his own net, it's Hartsburg. At center ice, Hartsburg ahead. Bobby Smith. Smith over the line now. Smith against the boards on the far side. Stick handling well as he goes behind the net. Tries to roll it in front. And he was checked by Andres. It's around the boards. Hubert moves in. Behind the net, Uolter. He stopped on the play. The puck is cleared out over center ice and down into the Team Canada end. We'll have icing on this if it crosses the line, which it does. And the face-off with 3:56 remaining deep in the Czechoslovakian end. Now we've got the Gretzky line out there once again. Wayne Gretzky, and that line has been pretty well contained in this hockey game. But Gretzky on a power play has scored his nightly goal, it seems. For Gretzky, that is goal number 8 in this tournament.
Well, there he is. Actually, when he got his goal, they were in the middle of a line change. His own line mates weren't on the ice. It was Bobby Smith that came through the crease late on the power play goal.
Here's Gretzky now trying to roll it across the crease, and unmolested on the far side of that crease was Babic, but he couldn't get the pass. At center ice now, it's Fritzer over the line. Fritzer getting set. The shot, they score! Fritzer has scored on a screen shot as he got over the line and used the defenseman very neatly on the screen, and suddenly, with 3:40 left, it's a 4-3 score.
Well, here's the burst of speed. Fritzer just going. There's this forehand shot. Just a perfect shot, just inside the post. In fact, it might have even rung off the post. Here we see Bernhardt down in the circle. There it is, just going low on his stick side, just inside the post. He wasn't able to get his pad on it, but a good shot. Fritzer using the Team Canada defender as a screen. Bernhardt having to react late to it.
There's Gretzky tied up from behind. Penalty coming up.
To be taken, but at this point in the hockey game, a very bad penalty for Team Czechoslovakia.
You see the great players, they can draw those penalties, though, and that's what Gretzky has done as it's rolled in front of the net. Now Gretzky getting set, he shoots! Oh, what a save! They just covered the angle on him. Gretzky trying to get that pass again. It's flipped to the blue line, not out. Marsh keeping it in. His shot right on, the rebound. Gretzky again getting a whack at it. Behind the net, Gretzky. Gretzky circling with that puck in the traffic in the corner, along the boards. Rэмedж keeping it in. And a roll right by Gretzky off the stick of Babic, and it's out to center ice. Now Marsh. Marsh with 2:56 left in the hockey game. Ahead for Gretzky. Over for McKechnie. McKechnie trying to get the pass over for Babic, and it's cleared out to the blue line. And over the stick of Marsh down into the Team Canada end. 2:43 left in the hockey game. 1:12 left in the power play. Out to center ice now. It's Babic. Babic trying to get a pass over on the far side. And Czechoslovakia controlling it in the center ice area. Back inside the blue line. Out to center ice. It's Bezak. Bezak over the line. Bezak trying to get on his backhand. Rolls into the goal mouth area. Bernard makes the save and then feeds it behind the net. Marsh to the far side for Gardner. Gardner out to center ice and was passed a little too hard as it went off the stick there. And it's Gretzky as it hops over the glass, trying to control it there. 40 seconds left on the power play and 2:10 left in the hockey game.
Well, of course, it's very difficult with Team Czechoslovakia to try and get back in the hockey game when they took that penalty. They're going to have about a minute and a half left in the hockey game to try and get back on even terms with Team Canada. And of course, Team Canada is going to play it quite cautiously. If they get the opportunity to score in the power play, they'll take it. But if not, they'll just be careful.
Here's Huber taking a shot. Huber goes after it in the corner now as he battles along with Bezak. It's clear to the blue line, kept in by Gardner right in front. Oh, what a chance. Into the shoulder. Smith. Smith shoots in the post. There's Gardner shooting. He scores.
From the point, here it comes out to Bobby Smith, takes his time, goes to score it, hits the post, it comes right out to Gardner. He wastes no time in shooting the puck, but it's too bad for Bobby Smith. Here's the original, the first stop. Here we have Bobby Smith going wide, hits the post, comes out. Gardner shoots all in one motion. Of course, the Czechoslovakian goaltender out so far had no opportunity to stop the puck. Very important goal.
I was going to say, Tom, it's that old rule, though, when you're shooting, try to shoot it through the net. That's what he did. He didn't waste any, he just drove it into the net. Bobby Smith will draw an assist. And Patrick Daly on the power play, and a big goal it was, too, because now Czechoslovakia again trails by 2 with 1:40 remaining in the hockey game now. It's straight over the line. Huber keeping it in. Now out to center ice ahead for Walter. Walter Moats flying as he crossed that line. Here's Walter going down. It's rolled to the side of the net. Turning with it now is Patterson. Frazier, rather. It's in the corner now. And starting out on the right side, Czerny rolling it all the way down the ice. Icing will be the call with 1:16 left in the hockey game.
Well, that Brian Walter, I like Brian Walter today. He's another one of the great centers with Team Canada, and he's been throwing some tremendous checks. That was his third super check on Motts, where he just decked him. Of course, Motts tried to come back with, to him once Walter got the puck. And Motts, trying to throw the check, Walter saw him coming, straightened up and knocked Motts down again. But Brian Walter has really been playing with his body very, very effectively in the game, and that lifts the hockey club. That brings everybody up from the bench, and he's a very aggressive player, and he's played very, very well today.
Well, they've got Bobby Smith at center ice now. I think the first time in this hockey game that he has played his position this year, which is center ice with the Ottawa 67s. He was, as we mentioned earlier in the telecast, a left winger before this year when they converted him to a center, but they've used him at left wing in this hockey game.
Well, I like him on the wing. I like when those big guys cut off the side and they get that reach and they get that leg in front, get that little extra on the defender. I like him as a winger. He's a great hockey player. I'm sure he can play in either position, but coming off that wing, he's very, very effective.
On the face-off now, Smith getting set in front. There's a shot. Landing on it is Gardner on the far side of the net. Puck is hammered off the boards, keeping it in his Rэмedž. Now starting out, it's cleared against the boards. Czechoslovakia's Savozil trying to get it out. And Smith doing a good job. Smith gets it out in front. Batted down by Gardner. Gardner shooting. It's bounced in front of the net with less than a minute remaining. The goaltender held on long enough. And another face-off. 55 seconds left. 5-3, Canada leading. Reminder, right after this telecast, we'll be joining CTV's Wide World of Sports. And tomorrow, Canada against Sweden, immediately following the AFC Championship game on CTV. Now in front of the net, here's a chance for Canada. They score! That was Дейли on the backhand. And it's 6-3.
Well, it's just a question of how many now. Here we have Bobby Smith holding on to to the puck. Gets it. There's the first shot. Goaltender down. It goes up top over him. Bobby Smith moving into center. I said I liked him on the wing, but he controlled that puck from the face-off to give Team Canada the opportunity inside the zone. And Patrick Дейли coming through with the goal, putting his backhander up over top of the Czechoslovakian goaltender.
The assists go to Bobby Smith, and Brad Marsh is from the face-off now. Behind the net, that was Team Canada's 40th shot on goal. They have outshot the Czechoslovakians in this third period by a 17-9 margin, and have really taken it to them here. 6-3 the score with 32 seconds left. Czechoslovakia trying to control up the center ice area. It's brought in with a player trapped in there. Дейли was trapped. And the face-off will be outside the blue line. But in this period, it's just a grinding down process on the part of Team Canada as they've taken it to the Czechoslovakians and really controlled it inside their zone.
Well, I think Ryan Walter's responsible for a lot of that because he came through with an important assist on the go-ahead goal to make it 3-2 at the beginning of the period. His checks, I think, have lifted the team, and that's what's been important to Team Canada.
That's Дейли at center ice getting it to Patterson. Patterson over the line. Patterson against the boards, trying to clear it out into the slot. And Vaive just couldn't reach that pass as it was stopped. Here's the long shot. 8 seconds left now. MacCrimmon into the corner, cleared along the boards, and that should be it. Team Canada gets a standing ovation here at the Montreal Forum as they struggle for 2 periods against a very, very tough Czechoslovakian opponent. And they win the game finally, breaking it open in the third period. The final score, Canada 6, Czechoslovakia 3. This is Junior World.